page, everything. Get back to there. We'll continue on, and basically we'll have the first guys go out on track. I'm just trying to pick that up again. I only got home from work only a short period ago.
Good on you.
Okay, so we've got CMDR Cirrus and Night Pegasus 120 going out first. So, welcome to ANZCRL Combined Racing League's special event number 4, the Indianapolis 500. We are currently just starting our qualifying for the great race. In commentary tonight, we have both Aussie Carters and Got Gecko. How are you guys?
G'day, mate. Aaron's just popped outside for a minute, but I'm still here.
Lovely. So we're looking at CMDR Cirrus at the moment. So basically in this qualifying run, they're going to be doing 4 laps. So 3 actual hot laps. They got the out lap and then 3 time laps. And obviously the best time will sort out the grid. So we're going to go out in groups of 2 for the first 4 blocks. And then after that, we've got our fastest time driver during our practice sessions that we've run. Saturday 15 will do his run on his own, so there'll be 2 cars on track only for the first 4 runs, so it should be exciting to see what these guys can do.
Certainly should be interesting. See how things pan out, I guess. But yeah, I mean, good luck to everyone. Really, it'll be interesting.
Oh, definitely. So they'll be seeing what sort of time. So the idea why we're doing the qualifying as we are doing it is so they don't get their toe assist by following another car. So it's pretty much their own under their own horsepower.
It's good to have equal terms.
Yeah, and so we sorted out the basically the top 9 and reversed it during our practice session. So we've got CMDR Cirrus out first with Night Pegasus. And then the next block will be Gear 3 Gaming with Jetto 13. And then followed after that run will be Logical Sports and Datto Racer. And then the second last block will be Weary Night and Dark Racing 40. And then to finish off our 20-minute session, we'll have Sato 15 do a solo run on his own. So that should be very interesting. All the eyes will be on Sato to see if he can keep his top time. During the practice, we did see Sato doing a 38.784, which is fairly quick. All the runners actually was only separated by 800ths of a second, so it's all fairly close.
And it doesn't take much to make a gap either, so it'll make sure the whole lap's just as good as the last, and if not better than the rest. So got to keep pushing for that little bit extra.
Yeah, we might want to just have a look to see if we can have a look at the telemetry up and just see what sort of speeds they're getting and see if we can get a difference from some of the top runners. It looks like they're just nudging 370 kilometres an hour.
It's very quick for a
higher
corner.
than that. Yeah.
Just over the 390, which is bloody quick. That's for certain.
Yeah, you can just see how he's got those gearings, so he just pops it into 6th gear down these straights, and then into the corners he'll mid-corner he'll just flip it down into 5th, just to try and keep that horsepower up.
It keeps a lot more stable as well, so you want to make sure it's actually going to make the whole amount of laps and not bin it in the first corner. So you just got to make sure it's smooth and keep it safe, but still fast.
Yeah, it's all about being nice and smooth. So this will be his final lap now that he'll be on, I think. Oh, actually, he's already done that. I thought he would have had another one.
Pegasus is back in the pits as well.
So they've all come in early.
Looks like we've got Gear out on track.
Gear and
Jetto's
Jetto
about to go out as well. He's exiting the pits, so see how these two
this is
pan
our
out.
3rd running of the Indianapolis 500. Our first one we ran back in 2018 with 7-sided die taking that victory. Was a very surprise victory actually. He was surprised himself to take that victory. And then last year we had SSHADZZ come out in front.
You never know what can happen within there. It's a 200 laps, so he's got to keep it on. But yeah, I mean, anyone can really win it from here on outwards. So even if you're the fastest, doesn't necessarily mean you're going to win it, but you got a higher chance than everybody else does. So it should pan out pretty cool.
Yeah, and for all the viewers watching, this actual event we run damage off because it can be pretty much lethal once these cars come together with damage on, and we want to keep the race flowing as much as we can, even with performance impacting damage. Pit repair can be over a minute to get damage repaired, and we don't want to see that. All the guys are here to have a good time and have a race, so that way there basically we can see that the usually about a two to three laps for a safety car period, and that'll be called if two cars are involved in any incident. That'll be called between the communications, the comms between the drivers, and the race will be still on until the leader takes the start-finish line, so they'll be still overtaking allowed. Once he takes the start-finish line, to complete that lap, he'll then slow down to 150 and everyone will queue up behind him.
Should make it interesting after the safety cars. Go.
So that's qualifying session at the moment. We're looking at time of it's 5 p.m. in the afternoon in the game, and it's medium cloud. The race is set at 11 o'clock in the morning. With they're going to have three weather slots, all at real time progression. We got light cloud, clear, and medium cloud, so it's going to be a clear run. So currently on top we've got CMDR Cirrus. He's done a good time of a 38.7, so that there's some pace on the track. When we're looking at Sado, as I said, his practice time of a 38.784, so he's already bettered that. He's the fastest man that we've seen so far. So the track's gripped up with this probably a little bit of heat in the track as well.
We've got Dado and Logical Sports by the looks of it on track now, so now it's their time to shine. See what they can pull out.
Yeah, Dado's really looking forward to this event. Like most people, but he really enjoys these special events. He loves everything we actually throw at him at ANZCRL. He loves his project cars and racing up with all the guys.
Yeah, it's it. He joins in almost everything he can, so he's definitely one that loves to push himself to different cars.
I'm sure Sado's sweating just to see what these times are, because with Jetto not too far off CMDR Cirrus. A bit of pressure that will be on him as the faster guys are coming out on track. He's just nudging, 300, just not quite at 390 on that back straight. After this lap, we might just go over and see how Logical Sports is going. He's actually fourth fastest at the moment.
Seems to be sitting pretty comfortably, but
yeah. So
I think Dado just shot back up the top with a 39.1.
Yes,
there's still more time in him.
Yeah, Dado's on third, so third fastest at the moment. This will be his last lap. I'm not too sure who went out first, if it was a Logical or Dado. It looks like... no, Logical, that's his end of his run. Yeah. So we might just go to Dado and see his final run when the camera picks him up.
So no, he's backed out of it.
doubt. So that's
Alright.
that's that
Who's
block
we
done.
got
We've
here?
got the second last block to go, which will be Weary Night and Dark Racing 40.
Should be an interesting matchup. These guys are both pretty quick no matter what cars they drive. But this is the top three now, so hopefully they can pull out some much better time and put it back on top where they should have been. So make it interesting for qualifying, but qualifying always mixes everything up.
Oh, definitely. And we got Weary Night here in the Chevrolet in the number 2 Team Penske, with Dark Racing in the 98 Andretti Herder Autosport Honda. So Chevy versus Honda, a classic battle. And the final man that will come out for his solo run of his 4 laps will be Sado 15, and he's in a Honda as well, the number 26 Andretti Autosports. So the fastest man at the moment is CMDR Cirrus. He's in the Honda in the number 5 Schmidt Peterson Motorsport. As Weary Night now is getting up to pace. Basically get three timed laps. It's a 4-lap qualifying run. It's all about being smooth, isn't it, Aussie?
Sorry, mate, I'm having technical difficulties again now with my microphone, so you can't
That's
get
right.
it out for me.
Sorry.
Just trying to fix it.
Alright. We'll have Gecko helping out at the moment. So I think Gecko's got the control of the cameras. We're doing a good job at the moment.
For the time being at least, but I do what I can. I haven't done this before, I've got my old plates on, so let's see how it happens out tonight.
So where's this going to put Weary Night? This is his third lap. He'll have one more after this.
He's just gone up to 6th, so let's see if there's any more time. And Darky's up into 3rd with a decent time of 38.9. He's just put it on the top with a 38.4 or 38.6 by the looks of it.
Yeah, so that
Very
one's
nice lap time.
Screaming at the moment. So what can Weary Night do? He was the 3rd fastest in practice. And
It doesn't look
he's done
like he's
any better.
improved.
No, so it looks like a Logical Sports actually got a penalty as well. There goes Darky to finish off his final lap. I think did he go a bit faster there? 38.580, or was that the time he did before?
Yeah, I think he might have, because I think he did a 38.6, so he's just gone a little bit better than he did before.
So the man of the moment now will be Sado. He'll be doing his solo run. So I've just pulled up the Twitch later just to get some any comments from anyone. I'm sure we'll try and answer them as they come through, because it's going to be a long 3 hours, this 200 laps. So if you've got any questions, fire away. I hope you enjoy the race after this run here with Sado. We might even want to go on board and get his view there.
Yeah. Let's have a look, eh? Where are we? You've got to be nice and smooth through the corners, otherwise you'll lose a little bit of time. And you remember, you're talking about half a tenth every lap if you make a bit of a mistake. So that's what you're trying to gain up. Well, if you make a mistake, you lose a lot more, but there's a lot more to gain if you can get it right.
Yeah, so CMDR Cirrus he still can't believe that time that he's put in there to be second at the moment, but we'll soon see. They're going to be lining up. It's not going to be like the real life where they're they form up 3 wide. We're only going to form up 2 wide for the start of the race. So at the moment, CMDR Series is on the front row. It'll be on the high side, on the outside. So they will be doing everything to get on that front row.
He'll certainly be pushing himself as fast as in practice. See if he can match it back up to qualifying. He's just gone up to 4th with a decent time of a 38.9. Bit of a gap up to Darky, but I think he might be able to pull a little bit more out of that lap time.
Just putting that wheel down on that inside white line. Trying to shorten up the track as much as he can. They want to cross.
Nice and smooth too.
Oh, that's going to cost him.
The wall. Yeah.
They don't want to cross that white line too much because it will unsettle the car. I think the pressure's getting to Sado because this will be his final lap. And made a few mistakes. That's last lap around. He's hoping that probably won't take too much off his run onto the straight for this final lap. And getting close to the wall, trying to get the best aerodynamic advantage you can get. That seemed very tidy. It's just a question mark if he was still on top speed coming down on the start of his final lap.
Oh, he's improved, but hasn't moved up any spots.
Not enough.
So, yeah.
Well, it was a good run there, but fourth, he'll be on the second row, so he'll be there on the outside, just to follow those guys and trying to be a nuisance at the start. So you might just want to pick up the screenshot. I mean, not the screenshot, the timings, and we'll just see. Yeah, so Logical Sports is going to be last. He's got to let one grid place. Might have sped out a pit lane there.
Yeah, it tends to happen a lot if you don't quite get the limiter in time because it does pick up speed pretty quickly.
So you'll we're going to see. I'm guaranteed we're going to see quite a lot of safety cars at the start. We always do. We're more circuit races than oval races. But once the guys get in a groove, last year I think they had a good 45 minutes running without safety cars through the midsection of the race. So it just takes a while for the guys to settle down, get used to the cars because the tyres, the pressures in the first part of the lap, and every time they slow down and under the safety cars, that changes pressures and temperatures again, and then they've got to restart. And sometimes the safety car brings out another safety car. So once they get their head around that, we should see them getting some good, clean running. And it should be very entertaining. So we should see that once this timer clicks down, we'll be able to continue on to the race. What's your tip there for the race? It's so hard to pick between all these guys, really.
Yeah, there's not really much split in them. I mean, there's a couple of tenths here and there, but I mean, overall, you've got 6 tenths up to 8th. So I think Night Pegasus might not have had the best lap, but he's only done 2 laps by the looks of things. So the 39.8, it's decent, but there's a bit of a gap to everybody else. But I think come to the race, it might be a whole different story, I think. But it's still very, very close, I reckon.
Yeah, and the main thing is to obviously try and keep yourselves on the same lap and reach that 170 laps with 30 laps remaining when there'll be no more safety car, and hopefully in for a shot, because some of the cars in front, if they have a little bit of a spin and you can avoid that, you're going to pick up some nice easy spots.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it looks like quite a few guys are tipping Dark Racing 40 to win the race at the moment.
With that lap time, he's definitely the fastest, but everyone's got to put it together for the race. So I reckon Darky's got a very high chance of taking this out tonight. But yeah, I suppose we'll wait and see until the 199th lap, and hopefully he can put it together. But yeah, good luck to all the boys. But yeah, I think Darky's definitely looking the favourite right now.
Yeah, definitely. We'll not just take off this screen so we can just see when the countdown's finished so we can continue on. We've got another 30 seconds, so that's all right. Don't want the guys hanging around any more longer than they have to, because they're in for a long night,
Yeah,
as we are in
absolutely.
commentary. So I'm sure we'll have a few giggles along the way.
And hopefully my audio works properly. So we'll see if that's working or not.
It's working at the moment.
Alright, we'll go with this and see what happens. Only not work.
As long as your audio is enabled, we will be hearing you on the stream.
Yeah, it should be enabled.
Alright, here we go. Qualifying is finished, so about to start the long haul.
So we'll just quickly
Dark
run
out
through
front.
the grid there. So we've got Dark Racing 40 first in the 98 Andretti Herta Autosport Honda. CMDR Cirrus, he's in the number 5 Schmidt Peterson Motorsport Honda. Jetto 13, he's driving the number 63 Dale Coyne Racing Honda. So a couple of Hondas there up front. And then Sato 15, he's in the another Honda, the 26 Andretti Autosports. Dado Racer, and he's in the Chevrolet, the number 8 Chip Ganassi. Gear 3 Gaming, he's in the number 9 Chip Ganassi Racing, so they're both teammates. Weary Night, and he's in the number 2 Team Penske Chevrolet with the Logical Sports driving for the Andretti Autosports Honda, number 27. And then Night Pegasus is in the number 20 Ed Carpenter Racing Chevrolet. Alright, so we'll continue on, guys, and these guys will got 2 minutes to load up their tunes and get ready and, settle their nerves, I hope.
I haven't really watched a whole lot of practice, and to be honest, I missed most of qualifying, getting my audio set up. But I'd be keeping an eye on Weary Knight. He's usually pretty good when he comes from the back of the field. Very consistent too. Very fast, hard driver.
Yeah, definitely. My bet's on Sato. Sato is now moved to iRacing, and he's chosen this event to come back to join the Xbox crew, and he really wants to win this event. It's actually part of our Triple Crown by winning the Indy 500, the Le Mans 24 Hours, and also our Bathurst 1000. And so far there's only been one of our members actually win the trophy, and it's actually a physical trophy we send out, and that went to SSHADZZ last year. So he's won all 3 of those races throughout his time on Xbox, and now he's actually moved to iRacing as well. So some of our members have progressed through the ranks and PC setups and onto iRacing and the bigger things.
Alright, here we go.
We're off.
As everyone comes off the start line and coming off to start the formation lap, so hopefully everyone doesn't run into each other on this time, but should be an interesting race from here on out.
We'll be. It'll get down. Obviously, the excitement will obviously happen after I'd say 150 laps. Will be exciting in between, but obviously we'll be looking at pit strategies and everything like that. Believe that they run. I don't know, Gecko. How long do they run on fuel? Roughly, how many laps do you think they'll make? Remember?
I know they'll work a little way. Give me a sec, find out for you. I believe, if my maths is correct, about 30 odd laps. 30 odd laps we should make it through, so there'll be a couple of pit stops along the way. But hopefully not going to lose too much time on the pit stop, hopefully no damage or anything like that, and you should be alright, off we go. But I think the average is going to be about 30 laps on fuel, so that'll come into the mix for sure.
Yeah, well, luckily they don't have to worry about damage with damage off, so it'll just be fuel and tyres. And,
okay, yep.
The guys will be... The main thing that they have to be concentrating on is the pit penalties. Coming in red hot and slowing down at 60 kilometres an hour.
Yes, going from the speed you're going through the corners to very, very low speeds in the pit lanes. It's always a challenge no matter
especially
what. Especially
with cold brakes too.
Oh yeah, that's right. They're not using their brakes, so exactly right. There, Aussie.
Cold brakes coming into the pit lane. It's going to be a challenge in itself.
So here we are for the third running of ANZCRL Combined Racing League's Indy 500. We got Darky Racing down on the inside on pole, and CMDR Cirrus beside him on the outside. And then Jetto and Sado on the row behind, followed with Dado and Gear 3 Gaming, both teammates there in the third row, and then Weary Knight, Night Pegasus 8th, and Illogical Sports taking the rear of the field. So strap yourself in for 3 hours of racing. We're about to go green.
Here we go. And away we go.
Darky's
What a
had
start by Darky, jeez. He's just pulled away from him.
I think he was very coy there. He just really slowed up the field, so no one could get a run on
He's
him.
very good at this. Very good at starts and years I've found over racing him over the years.
Jetto in that pink Stale Coin Racing is jumped into second.
Just got to try and stay there in the draft and keep with him.
Yeah, so we've got 2 Hondas up in front. Actually 3, we've got Cirrus and actually 4 Hondas all in front.
Yeah,
of Shadow.
Cirrus is right all over the back of Jetto there.
That's what lap 1 down of 200. So keep it up, boys. Let's go.
Oh, just someone tagged the wall there. It was a Sado.
Sado running wide, but that's just going to knock off his speed. He's just going to lose the momentum. That's a good reason why we just run damage off. Just keeps the pack running together.
Yeah, and that's what you want, close racing.
Well, that's it. We're all here for some enjoyment. Obviously, when we get back to the circuit races like our Le Mans 24 hours, we'll be running at the end of the month. That'll be full damage. But for something like this, yeah, it can be detrimental when if you hit those walls with damage on.
Exactly.
We have experienced it, and this is the best system that we've always found to run this event.
I just want to see the speed difference, but it looks like I don't know if they're going to gain all that much down the straights. Depends on how close they are, but we've got Darky here with a 375 into the corners, so we'll just have a look at Jetto on the next lot. See how they go.
Just to let our viewers know too though, the race engine horsepower is actually dropped, and it looks like Sado's just going in for the pits.
Looks like he hit the wall on the inside there in pit lane.
I reckon
I
it's
think there
called
might be a safety car here.
and it looks like that maybe it was either he got caught up with someone or cold brakes trying to come in, but I thought it looked weird he was coming in for a pit early on. That's our
Yeah,
first safety
Dado's
car.
actually quite far back from the rest of the pack too, so I'm not sure if something's happened there between the two of them.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh no, they're not too far back,
caught
but
back on the back
it looked like he
wall,
dropped back a little bit there.
Yeah, so what I was getting through with our viewers is basically from practice qualifying, the actual horsepower for the race engine is actually reduced. So we won't see the same pace that we will see in the cars go. So it's really important that they have a race tune set up because they need it for their gearing more than anything, because they've got to reduce their gear ratios because the horsepower is dropped. So for them to get the same type of speed, they need to have those gear ratios changed. So that's why we run a few practice sessions, and then all the new guys, we inform them about that and get them used to the difference between practice qualifying and the race. So basically once Sado joins the back of the queue, the next lap will be green under the safety car rules. I'm just going to mark down safety cars and how many we have. So it looks like we'll be probably going through this next lap if we pick up the leader.
The other guys are just in front of him, so I think he's caught up the back now. So this lap will be the last of the safety car to go altogether and back off racing.
So I think you picked it early, Aussie Carters, is basically the brakes might have caught Sado out if he was coming into the pits, but I don't know, unless he'd lost it and he was just trying to fight control. because I did see in the background him sort of going in towards the pits. Might have been fighting control of the car.
Yeah, I did miss the start of it. I saw him parked up against the wall there on the inside of the pit lane. Not where you want to be.
So we might just want to pick up Darky, because I'm assuming that they should be starting this lap around. Dado should be trying to catch up.
As we come up close to the start-finish line, we'll be back racing in a minute.
There it goes.
Here we go.
Lap 6, we restart. Definitely can't miss Jetto's car.
He certainly stands out.
Seems to be a thing with Jetto, I've noticed. He likes to pick the pink cars.
Here comes CMDR Cirrus. He's made that move. He's looking racy tonight.
We'll just jump on board with Weary for a little bit. He seemed to be pretty close. He's got back a little bit this lap, but he was on the back of the other guys.
Closing a lot there. Not sure if Jetto made a small mistake coming into that corner.
Yeah, the draft is real. That's for sure in these Indy cars around this Super Oval. Got to be careful too with the aero wash. They sort of push up a little bit wide too.
Yeah, you do need to make sure you get out of the dirty air, but you want to keep it in the slipstream too. So you kind of got to balance it together and make sure it's not going to hurt you too much. But
another thing there is tyre wear as well. When you're in the dirty air, you get a lot more tyre wear from scrubbing. Because of all the understeer you get from it.
Yeah, it's all the things the guys have to think throughout this race. That's why it's one of the greatest races in the world.
That's it.
got Cirrus right on the back of Darky now, so let's see if we can push him.
Oh, a bit wide there.
A bit wide.
Making sure Darky knows he's there.
Closer and closer.
There's a big advantage of being in the slipstream, but then you do get the dirty air. See, it's good and bad, but if you can get enough speed down the straight and make a move, it would definitely help. I don't think I'd be much moved.
That was a better exit this time than last lap.
He's getting very close.
Yeah, he's pulling Jetto with him behind. Like they've broken away this pack of these 4 or 5. Logical Sports has probably had a little bit of a moment. Backed all the other guys off.
Yeah, we've got 2 groups settled in at the moment, so hopefully they can work all together and catch up with the front guys and get all in one train. But for now, we've got 2 groups, but all close.
So Logical there in that number 27 in Dirty Auto Sports. His teammate, Sado, just behind, following Q3 Gaming.
Jump on board with Sado for a lap.
Yeah, he's He's in the mood to overtake. Sado.
He's definitely got to get himself back up to the front. He's definitely one of the faster guys. So hopefully we can see some good battles on his way to the front. But it might take a few laps because it does hurt. He's gone on the outside at too wide almost. It certainly hurts when you go out wide. Slows you a little bit down. But
I think that was Weary Night.
Weary Night. We've just seen someone actually come into contact with Weary Night. So
that was
Dado Racer.
Oh no.
Looks like we're going to have a safety car.
Yeah, it'll be a safety car. So these
Cirrus and Sado in the pits, so they're going to take advantage of it.
You might want to see if you can bring up the map there, Gecko. And we can just see where those leaders are. The leaders are on that back straight, so the guys are pretty safe. I think they called the safety car, and they're already at 150 kilometres an hour by the look of that pace. So the leaders must have had to. They just got to the start line and had to slow down.
They timed it very well.
So Sado and CMDR Cirrus have taken the opportunity to take an early pit stop.
Yeah, been keeping an eye on them for a while.
Dado and Weary just caught up to the rest of the pack. But Sado and Cirrus, I think, on their way out of the pit lane, so they'll be able to catch up and get going again.
Yeah, so once they get to the back of the queue, some of the leaders might actually pit, I'm not too sure. Actually, no, they won't, because they're actually coming around that front straight now. So we caught the end there. We did actually see Weary Night there sitting in the middle of the track, and Sado and crew actually avoided it, and then Dado's come through and looks like he's cleaned him up.
Yeah, Weary was sitting still, we jumped on board and he's upside down in the air, and it was a bit of a mess, but it's very hard.
There's actually two people in the pit lane here, so...
We got not Pegasus by the looks of it.
And Weary Night. So
Weary Night, yeah.
Basically, once CMDR Cirrus catches up to the queue, there's going to be the race in the next lap. So that's Cirrus just going past there now. So he should catch up. So race will actually start this lap. So these guys have to move on to get to the back of the queue, but they will be full race pace. So they should be right, but it's going to be touch and go.
Yeah, I don't think they're quite going to catch up to the pack by the looks of it, because they're only just exiting the pit lane. They're coming around the third corner, so they might get close, but I'm not too sure.
But they will have a big pace advantage over them. Speed advantage, I should say.
Night Pegasus should get there. He should be full pelt coming down this back straight. It's just going to be Weary Night. He's going to be the question mark. So that's the things you take, the chances you take. So we might pick up the leaders. It should be race on.
Yeah. Looks like we're going again.
Yeah, we can just keep the map up there for a little bit, and we can just keep an eye on seeing how they catch up.
We've already got two little groups already going off the green, so the front three are certainly pulling away a little bit already straight off the start, but I don't think they'll fall back too far. They've all been pretty quick, and they've all got the draft, so hopefully they can push each other up the front again, and we've got one group. They're back up together again now, so a little bit of a gap between each driver, but it's kind of what you need. You want a little bit of a buffer. You don't want to be right at the back of everybody, but you still want to be in that draft.
Yeah, so we'll probably take that map away. It looks like Night Pegasus just couldn't get onto the back. He was very close. But Weary Night actually cost him that pit stop.
It's a bit of a shame, but there's sort of a long way to go yet, so I don't think it'll hurt him too much. Got a few pit stops left to go. I'm up 16 now, so I think we're about halfway to the first stop.
So both last year we've got Dark Racing and Sado were in it last year. Dark Racing came second and Sado came third. Dado Racer is another one. He ran in the race last year, came 8th. And Night Pegasus didn't finish with 50 laps, and Illogical Sports, the same thing. He got disqualified at 36 laps. And I think that disqualification was him spinning into pit lane and came in backwards. Which can't help that, but that's the thing that can happen.
A bit of a shame, that one, but he'd be looking for a much better result this round, I would say.
The Jedi putting a lot of pressure here on Darky now. So I know this is one race that Darky really wants to win. He's just missed out a couple of years. He's only a second behind SSHADZZ last year. And Sato was in third, 10 seconds behind. But some of the newer guys like Jetto and CDR Cirrus actually had a disconnect there. Not too sure who's left.
I think it might be Sato.
That was Sato, yeah.
Sato, one of the race favourites.
Oh no.
It's a shame.
Bummed about that. Lap 19.
Yeah, the good well is it's sort of towards the beginning and not doing over 150 laps and disconnecting towards the end, I suppose, but still a bit gutting at the beginning of the race. Not very fast too.
Yeah, it happens to guys in real life too. Their fastest guys have been race favourites and haven't even seen halfway through the race or even the 10 laps.
Absolutely.
It's the nature of the beast on online racing, apparently, unfortunately, with internet connections.
It's the most crucial part about the online racing too. You got to make sure you have a good connection, but sometimes it is the game. The game can have a bit of a glitch here and there, but you just never know. It's a real shame when it happens, but it's out of your control. Sometimes you're gone and you can't help it.
I think that's one thing that the game developers are going to be working on. You think of how far online gaming has come for the last 6 years. I think what we'll be doing in another 5 years. You're probably looking at things that will be faultless connections. Gear 3 Gaming currently in 6th.
Looks like Weary Knight's caught up to Night Pegasus quite a bit now. There's not too much separating of them two, but there was a bit of a gap coming out of the pit lane, but he's reeled them in a little bit, so they should be pretty close for a few laps to go.
Yeah, I think see what sort of lap times he can do too. Weary Knight, so he can get down into the 39s in the draft with Night Pegasus. But he won't want to be held up. There's Sato actually just left the session now, came up on the screen, so I don't know if he disconnected earlier or if he...
I have found that comes up when you open up the map for some reason. It'll show everyone that's left.
Here he goes.
He's right up on the back of him. He's got a bit of a run.
He had to lift, so avoid Pegasus. He's going to have a good run down the inside.
See, we can go trackside here, and Pegasus tagged the wall there.
Yeah, he would have knocked a bit of pace off.
Made it easy for Weary there to keep himself on the inside.
Yeah, so they pretty much they're in the danger zone of actually becoming a lap down if they have any sort of issues. So they want to really concentrate and hopefully for another safety car. But just
work together and try and keep themselves there.
Yeah, and if it goes green though, they're going to benefit because that's why they've come and pit. They've got full tanks, whereas the other guys are looking to come in probably in another 6 laps. So it'll be interesting to see what Sado says. I'm sure he'll probably come on to the stream and maybe put something down in the chat. We can find out what happened. We'll see if that Honda engine just let go. So the two front runners are still in the 39s. Everyone else is in the 40s. These two are running a little bit faster than Dado and Gear.
I'll just have a quick look at the lap times.
Setting their fastest laps of the race, basically, at the moment.
Yeah, Jeddo's the fastest at the moment. 39.4. Might want to bring up the telemetry just to see what fuel load they've got. We can sort of see. Maybe keep it on for a lap and we'll just see what the fuel burn is per lap.
We've just had Sado right in the stream have one of those phantom disconnections where it just kicks you out. And we've got
Here they
two
are
in
coming
the pits.
Yep, the boys in the pit
Leaders
lane.
in the pits.
Have we been caught a safety car? Is there a safety car out and about? They're all coming
Everyone's
in.
I think
coming
there
in.
might be, yeah.
Yeah. Where would the safety go? But
So it doesn't look like there's
Weary
been
Night, is it?
anyone. So Weary Night could have caused a safety car. He might
Everyone's
come
coming
around
in.
and take the lead. Because we should see if he's Gear 3 Gaming is actually the leader at the moment, so he should be at 150. Weary Night's now second.
Yeah, there's definitely a
got a
safety car.
I'm not sure what happened there. I think we missed that one.
Yeah, there must have been a little bit of a moment there between either maybe. I did see Night Pegasus come in the pit, so maybe there was something there with him and Weary Night.
And Weary.
Weary Night can stay there because he's on there. They're all in the lead lap. He's second. So that should put everyone still on the same lap. Is
It looks like everyone's out of the
down
pit lane.
the pit lane. See on the race, you can actually see the order actually on the pole on that screenshot. And the timing, which is pretty cool of the game. The famous score column of the Indianapolis track.
There's certainly been some big names on that one, that's for sure.
Looks like we've actually had someone go a lap down. Looks like Pegasus is a lap down. I don't know if that's already been said or not. I have had audio cutting in and out, but it looks like he's a lap down.
Pegasus.
Yeah.
Is he?
Yes, he is.
Yeah, he's in
Okay.
lap 26.
Oh yeah, because he actually pitted. That's the reason why too. He shouldn't have pitted. I don't know why he pitted.
It's really going to hurt him, I think, for the rest of the race. And unless he can get the jump on everyone else with the early pit stop, but there's still a long way to go yet.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, during that safety car period, he actually went into the pits, which he shouldn't have had.
Oh,
to.
he did it again.
Yeah, so he's actually.
Yeah, right.
I don't know why. And that's actually cost him.
Unless
He
he's
could have
had
gone
some,
around and stayed
engine-
on that lap.
Unless he's
there's
had
no-
some engine damage or something, maybe, or just the mechanical failures, over revving, maybe.
Yeah, we do have. There is actually damage is off, but I'm not too sure if that we got mechanical failures on, so maybe that still affects. But I thought damage off cancels that completely. Because normally when you have
That's a
damage off on
strategy
an
move.
online lobby or something like that, when you go on a public lobby, you can close the radiator up and everything like that, because you don't have to worry about the engine. So yeah.
Absolutely. Alright, buckling up for the last corner. Hopefully back green again.
So Gear 3 Gaming in the number 9 Chip Ganassi Racing Chevrolet finds himself in first position, but he's low on fuel too, guys. He's going to have to pit within the next 3 laps.
safety cars really hurt him, I think, because everyone else is pitted. So everyone else should be on pretty well full field. I think Weary was the only one that didn't pit, but everyone else behind him definitely did.
Good start from those first two there, though.
Yeah, they caught everyone lapping.
Too wide down the back there. Just didn't catch who that was.
Definitely caught
No, we're all single
napping. But here we go, we've got Weary Knight having a good look down the inside, and he's taking that spot.
On the inside, he's got him.
Knight Pegasus will be kicking himself from making a move with the strategy call for coming in to pick that last safety car period.
Darky on the back of gear now. He's certainly shortened up that little gap that they pulled. But Weary Knight certainly pulled his own little gap on the gear out front too. So he's had a very good lap or two. 386 k's in the draft. That's great.
That's going to put pressure. Logical Sports is a little bit behind. That's
quite a big gap between third and fourth.
So everyone's had a pit. Some have had 2 pits. As you said, usually a fuel load will run for 30 laps. Gecko said early in the race. So we're just on the lap 31. So we'll expect to see him again just before lap 60. You can just see where
that corner a lot. He's dropped back a long way.
Yeah.
It's going to hurt him.
Jetto's right behind him now. Jetto's probably
Jetto's
on the
right
outside.
on him now.
Oh, I think Jetto's had a spin.
No, he's gone.
No.
He's gone. He's gone to orbit. And so
Knight
is
Pegasus is caught up in that one too.
So there's another safety car. So that's lap 31.
No.
Hopefully Jetto's got a reset button there.
I did mention for him to have a reset button. So there he goes. There he goes. He had to wait for Pegasus to come through.
Yeah, now he's going. Whereabouts is everybody else? Or he might go a lap down here.
Yeah, he's coming into the pit lane too.
Yeah, he should probably should have gone right around. He's no need to come in.
What's his fuel load like?
He's got plenty
of fuel. As I said before, maybe with the mechanical failures, I know you can get engine damage with mechanical failures on from over revving. Maybe when he's been turned around, he's revved it out and got a little bit of damage there.
Yeah, I think you're right because he's sitting there getting a bit of repairs done here.
He's going to make it out in front. He's just got to be very close.
Well, he's doing 60 and they're doing 150.
Just remember though, he still can speed up once he exits the pit lane, and he can go faster than 150. So, and he
should have gear in the pits, I'd say. Yes, we do. Yes.
Yeah,
sorry to cut you off there, Woody.
No, I'm just saying that they can race the leader out of the pit lane because they have to still go 150, whereas the guys coming out of the pit can
he's just gotten overtaken.
Yeah, but we'll just see. He can actually gun it. He can actually gun it through this exit part and try and get in front.
Correct, yes.
Before the back
exit's on the back straight.
That's very close.
Yeah, he'll get out in front.
No, he's okay.
Yeah, well done, Jetto. That's
make sure you don't go over the white line.
No, he's done well. So there you go. He's timed that to perfection. So the actual safety car will wait till he gets to the back of the queue. So he's pretty safe there. That was a close
still
call.
In the pits. He's just exiting now.
I'm sure the team there of what are we looking at? The Dale Coyne Racing Honda, the 63 of Jetto. They would have been sweating. And they're up there. Slamming their hands or slamming their elbows with the COVID-19. They can't clap their hands together. They're slapping elbows.
That may have put gear down on the lap, would it?
Oh, he's crossed that line. He's going to get a maybe penalty.
We're having some internet issues there, I think, with gear.
Yeah, so hopefully he doesn't cop himself a bit of a penalty there.
Just try and stay off him for a little bit. Give his internet a break.
Yeah, well, I've got to just wait to make sure Jetto's reached the back of the queue.
He's caught up to the pack.
Yeah.
We're off.
Yeah, Gear's still a long way behind, but we're back green again, so I'm sure you'll be able to make up a little gap again and battle for the rest.
I think Jetto got very lucky there. He was full ball down that straight there, catching up to them.
Yeah, he's done really well too, just to stay on the lead lap. I think that was a very hairy little time for him. He's already made a move on Datto. Easy work there. So
that would have been
Pegasus.
Sorry, yeah, Pegasus is a lap down.
Sorry. And yeah,
Datto's in front of him.
Had 4 safety car periods so far. And only to lap 35. So Pegasus really needs to try and work his strategy so it's a little bit out from the other guys and hope for a safety car where he can come through to get that lap back. But if he's on the same fuel loads as the leaders, he's not going to make anything up from the guys.
He's going to struggle a lot getting that lap back, I think.
We just have a quick look at Pegasus fuel. If we go quickly show him and come back to the lead. So he's got a little bit more.
Got a bit more fuel too. More than Darky.
I love this view. It's not a bad view. Here comes the man of the moment. At the moment, Jetto, who really fought hard to stay on the lead lap. Now he's pressuring Datto for 5th.
A lot of speed down the straight. Keep it tighter through the corners, and we might have a bit of a crack. But he's lost a lot through that one.
We're going back to that accident when we were just on board with I think it was who was it? Was it Cirrus or was it Weary Knight? I can't remember now. It wasn't Weary Knight. It was one of the other guys, and he had a little twitch because he was in that battle, and you could just see he got checked up a little bit, and he just had to have a jerk of the wheel, and that sent the car loose. So it's just shows you how important it is to keep the car so smooth. Any little jerk of the wheel is going to upset the car, especially when you're loaded up through these banking of the super speedway here at Indianapolis. This is where you feel your bum scraping the ground.
You feel every bump on the road.
We've also got a Logical and Cirrus within a tenth of each other, very close.
A couple of really close ones.
Two little packs. We've got 3 little packs as well. It looks like Datto and Jetto as well are very, very close to each other. 3 packs of 2.
Yeah, so Darky's really doesn't want to see. Weary Knight, sorry, he's really defending, but he doesn't want to give up his lead too easy. Making it hard for Darky. Trying to break Darky's slipstream. Darky's got the runs on the board to Weary Knight. This is his 3rd event for Darky, and Weary Knight's first. So a bit of experience might pay off for Darky. But we always like the young blood coming through.
Yeah, as I said at the start of the race, Weary Knight can be very, very fast. I've noticed when we run our GT5 series, and he's very competitive in that. Gave us a good run for our money.
Yeah, he's really showed some good pace, and he's in the defending champions actually car. He's in the Team Penske car. So Shadz won it in the number 22 last year.
Hopefully that brings him a bit of luck.
Yeah, but the funny thing was that Shadz won in the 22 Team Penske car. In real life, the same car won the real Indy 500. Pagino, or whatever his name was, I think, or whoever won it last year.
Pagino, yeah.
So it was really surreal when we seen, obviously our sim race, the same car, same livery, won the race.
Yeah, it's
We got
definitely
Jedi,
very cool.
Jedi all over the back of Dado here.
Tap the wall coming through that section. You heard his speed a little bit, but
Oh, Dado's
he
tagged the
ripped
wall there.
hard.
That's not going to help him. And it looks like we've got the leaders side by side too. By the looks of it. Oh no, they've backed off again. Weary Knight's had an accident, I think.
Oh no,
Weary's
he's
gone.
been collected.
You're getting
It's going to be a safety car.
you've got a record of getting them up in the air there. Gecko, great camera, right?
Not
That
bad.
It looks like a Logical was caught up in that as well by the looks of things.
Weary is very slow.
So that's our 5th safety car period, lap 41.
I was only just talking him up.
That
So we got
commentator's
some tyres
curse.
going on for serious.
That's
faults.
it. I've never experienced myself, but I've gone and done it myself.
We got two guys together.
Just gone straight through him, yeah. Too impatient to go
He
around.
missed his pit spot. Wrong team, mate.
Wrong Penske team.
Yeah, that's it. I've got a couple of guys in the pit lane now doing tyres, so
So
might
Night
see a few others
Pegasus
follow soon.
seems to be pitting every opportunity, but that's not going to help him. He's got to try and stay out if he can. But obviously this might be a little bit of a strategy here, trying to see that he'll be full tanks and a little bit different to the front runners to try and get that lap back.
Where he's just left his pit spot, so he'll be pretty close on the exit, I think, to the other guys, but he might be the same as we saw Jetto before coming out. So
Yeah, I think what Pegasus is really betting on is that they're going to run for another 10-15 laps on green, and that will put the leaders needing to pit probably in another 15-20 laps, and he can go around and hopefully get that lap back and pray for a safety car, so then he can come right around and get that lap back. Darky's taking the opportunity.
Darky in the pits by the looks of things.
He's trying to squash that plan by Pegasus.
Off the green, we're going to have Datto on the front row.
So that's our what's that? Our probably 4th lead change.
I've lost count, to be honest.
It's very hard to get one
There's
top
been
down
many.
times.
You're probably right, probably about 4 or 5, I think.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep record, so I've got them down as 4. I might have missed one, but it's interesting to see how many different leaders we have. I should have timed actually when the race started. I think we've been going for about 40 minutes.
Well, that's 43, so it's sort of around there.
Because we are looking at, we had 20 minutes qualifying, and we started the stream at the start of qualifying. And we're going for 63 minutes so far. So take off 20 minutes plus a little bit in between the change of the qualifying into the race. So I reckon it's been about 40 minutes. We're up to lap 43, starting lap 44 with Datto in the lead. Jetto right on
Off we go, we've got
tail.
green again. Good start by the top 3 by looks of it as well. And it seems to happen to the top 2 or the top 3 always have a very good jump.
Yeah, I think it's so hard to gauge when they actually make that jump. When you're obviously close, you can actually see them make that move, whereas the other cars behind, it's very hard. But Logical Sports, the man that we said earlier, he's in 3rd. He got disqualified lap 36 last year from entering the pits by spinning, coming in backwards, and he's just making a move on Jetto to make 2nd. They're running side by side here.
Very close racing.
It's with a lot of our...
Oh, there's 3 wide.
There's 3 wide. They're gear 3
Sneaks on
skating.
through the inside there.
Where did he come from? Unbelievable move by Gear 3 Gaming.
Wow.
The number 9 Chip Ganassi Racing making a move on both Cirrus and Jetto.
Certainly caught everyone by surprise.
Yeah,
by the looks of
just snuck on through the inside there.
Actually, Jetto on a Logical, sorry.
But That's given the Dado a bit of a breathing room.
Well,
Got a nice 1.5 second gap there. So
I think he's set him there saying, I'm not going to die wondering here, I'm going for it.
he's leaving nothing on the table, which is always good to see.
Oh, definitely. He's the youngest racer of our group. But how about that? We've got the oldest in the lead and we've got the youngest coming second at the moment. There's probably a difference of around about 50 years between those two.
Jeez. They're not letting him get away though, so they're going to make him work for that position he went for.
Oh yeah, Logical's all over the back of his gearbox here.
Dado's just biding his time.
And he's got
A lot of slow speed there.
Oh, Jeto's just pushed that up
Jedi
wide.
wide.
We've got to watch Sirius behind him. There he goes. Right down the inside. There he goes.
Nice move by Sirius. We've seen it all on board here of
Really
Jeto's.
unlucky there.
You can see Jeto, he's been looking in front, looking in his mirrors, he's had everything for the last 5 laps.
He's got to get a lap together and just compose himself, and I reckon he'll be back on the back of everyone else very soon. So
That's it. Just got to be smooth and consistent. It looks like the Logical's taken about half a second out of Dado there. The last lap.
We have obviously got Matty Seeking watching the race, and he was looking to maybe come into the commentators' box for this race, but he's putting in some comments here and obviously brought up the classic commentator's curse. Saw that last accident there.
Oh, there's nothing worse than that. Here we go, Logical right on the back of Dado.
nice heap of speed down the straight compared to Dado, but can he keep it to the
On
corners?
alongside.
A very good lap there.
About 39.6 that last lap from the Logical. Looks like he's cleared, Dado. Looks like he's cleared.
He has, yes.
He's got him.
Oh, Dado's just tagged the wall there by the looks of it too.
Yeah, he's
Trying to
held
slow
on
him
to
back
it.
a little.
Almost had a little. Oh, look at Jeto on the
Got
inside.
Jeto down the inside.
Not too wide.
Definitely trying to keep Sirius honest.
While they're doing this, they're just back in the position. They're just letting Weary Knight try and catch up with Dark Racing.
Oh, and Sirius tagged the wall there as well. Looks like that. Might slow him down a little bit down this straight here. Oh, Jeto's done the same thing.
There's a lot of tap on the wall. You've got to keep it a little bit tighter, but
Very hard to do when you're sitting in that dirty air though.
absolutely.
So Dado didn't kick it.
Spots and Dado swapping again.
Oh, he's got the pressure now with the Logical. Logical's sticking it down the inside.
And he's got him.
Oh, don't want to get
Check
too much
the-
into that white line.
Check the fuel on the both of them there. We've got 20 litres for Dado. The Logic 20 litres as
Very
well,
even
so they're
between
even.
them, so not much.
Oh, we've got a
something in the
safety
back.
car I think we're going to have here. We've sort of crashed Sirius in gear. Yep, Sirius in gear.
Oh no.
Off they go. So another safety car, and we're on lap 51, guys. So that was about an 8-lap run.
And we've got Logical in the pits. This might hurt Dado actually with his lower fuel load there.
Also see
Yeah, I think
Jeto
you,
and
might have picked that up.
Darky as well.
We've got Dark back in the pits too.
Yeah, I think he just wants to get back on the same strategy as Jeto, as he knows that he was up in front there, with also
Yeah, true.
with Logical. So this is going to hurt.
Pegasus lap down. He's very close, but just can't quite get in
Yeah, I
front and get that
think
lap
if
back.
we have another safety car within the next few laps, I reckon Pegasus could probably get himself back in the lead lap.
Yeah, so it's as you said, it's a long race, and this is what's so good about this getting your lap back. He's just got to stay and hope for these two. We know that Dado's going to have to pit in the next 5 10 laps probably.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
looking at
low.
very low on field.
What's Weary?
Weary
He's
should be
got
right
plenty,
because he
so
was
he
the
should
one
be
that
right
was
for a
caught
little
up in
while.
that accident, which
Yes,
he
that's
came
right.
in for the fuel.
Yeah, the one that I caused.
Gear
So,
down 28. He's still got a bit to go. It's a little bit less than the other boys around him.
Yes, I think Dado's made a little bit of a mistake here.
Yeah, he's coming in.
Oh, he was
he's
going
changed his
to.
mind.
He thought about it. Getting the tactics out there.
I think he's praying for a safety car, and so's, as we know, Night Pegasus. He'll be hoping for a quick safety car here, knowing that Dado will be pitting. Weary Knight, though, he may not pit, so I'm sure Night Pegasus will be trying to make a move on Weary early on this restart if he can.
I'm seeing as we've got another lap around, why don't we check everyone's fuel load, see where everyone's sitting at?
Yeah, may as well. It's a good option.
Yes.
Dado down with 17, just under 18 litres, so he can be looking to pit very soon.
Weary's got plenty.
45. Gonna take him a little way. Also for Sirius as well. Gear down with 28, but can still go a little while, but he'll have to go in between the others.
Yep.
Logical on full field by the looks of it there, as well as Dark.
Yeah, I think these three just pitted.
Dado as well.
Yeah. Okay. I was just.
I guess is on 40, so he's the same as the other, everyone else, sort of at the front area. So you might want to pit possibly a little bit later, but you want to get that lap back on a safety car if it can happen. One more corner to go, and we're back racing again. Alright, Emma Green. A nice start there from Dado. Really not far behind him.
Night Pegasus didn't quite get that start that he would have liked to have seen. He's dropped a spot. Well, it's not a spot, but he's still trying to race to get on that lead lap, so...
Very close.
He's got a very angry pack behind him.
Yeah, but he wants to try and race these guys if he can.
We'll try and stick with them. Draft there if you can.
Ooh, there's one there.
So it looks a bit.
So there you go. That's what
Gear 3
Gaming.
Must have got, even though that he used a single accident there, he might have got tagged, so that was warrant for a safety car.
See what speed are the guys at the front doing.
No, it's still going full ball for the moment, but
They
will have to finish the lap 2, so we'll see where we go.
Dado was actually on that lap.
Slowing down.
But if the safety car wasn't called, he should be able to still race to the flag and get into the pits, but he doesn't have to slow down.
Unless the safety car was called before he crossed the line.
Yeah, I think you might be right there, Aussie.
So that could also hurt Dado again now, because he's going to have to pit very shortly.
Well, it's helped him out. And,
he's at 13 litres, so...
Unfortunately for Pegasus, though, if he, as I said earlier, in that last safety car period, he really wanted to battle Weary Knight and try and get in front, but he dropped a few spots. Because if he'd got in front of Weary Knight, he would have been leading the pack. He could have gone around to make his lap back. But now he's got to stay behind the group. The queue, I should say. So that was lap 55. That was only a couple of laps before the safety car came out. So far, what have we got there? Who's the fastest lap time down? It looks like Jetto's still the man with a 39.4, which he did early in the race.
A lot of them doing 39.6s. We've got Jetto with a 39.4. There's also there Dark Racing with a 39.4, so there's a couple of quick laps going on.
We've still got Dado and Night Pegasus to get into the 39s. But it's fairly even there with the guys with their fastest laps.
Draft also can play a big part in that too. So if you haven't got a draft, you're looking at it quite a big loss on lap times, but if you can keep it consistent, you won't lose much on track, so which is always a good thing.
And for any of those hot apple people out there, you just got to remember they're in race trim here. The engine horsepower is actually dropped in the game, so they're not on the qualifying full power engines. So it's very fine art to get their gear ratios very close to still max out and get a good top speed with the drop of horsepower.
Should be going green this time round by the looks of it. I think Otto's going to be going forward.
Here we go.
A little bit too far back though.
At least he's been able to pick there with under the safety car, so it wasn't going to cost him as much as under green.
Yeah, definitely.
So luck fell his way. That's what a lot of these long endurance type racing is, isn't it? Really, it's all about luck, making the most of that opportunities that come your way.
Yep. Making sure you keep fuel in the car.
Well, we've all done that. We've all run out of fuel.
Make sure you don't go a champion and we're good to go.
Yeah. We won't go there, will we?
Well, three very close together.
Yeah, Logical and Darky chasing down Pegasus there, which is a lap down.
They're so close to be able
There's
to
definitely not much in them, they're very close.
Oh, that was a very, very brave move by Logical around the outside. He done really well.
Very well done. For both drivers, keeping both of them away from each other.
He was so close.
Have a little look here. Let him know he's there.
Ooh,
oh no! It's not going to help him.
And Jetto's going to have a good move on the outside. Darby's closed the door.
Certainly not much in it between either of them, so you can make a little mistake, you can go back quite a bit between these four. Just got gear on the back of Jetto. Not quite as close as the rest of them, but there's not much in it.
Well, we know what gear's capable of. We saw that about 10 laps ago. He just dived down the
double
side,
overtake.
through wide, and yeah,
Absolutely, yeah.
Looks like we've got the two guys in front also getting a bit close with each other there.
a bit racy. Here comes Darky.
Yeah.
Oh,
Dark
Dark again.
just catching.
Jetto down the ins. No, Jetto's a bit too far back, so.
He's just catching. Just at the wrong.
Oh,
gear three.
disconnected.
No.
Disconnected.
Ah,
Lap 60. Unfortunately for gear.
Down to 7 left now, so hopefully we don't get any more disconnections, but it's out of your control, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's a shame for Gear. He was looking forward to this just as much as Sato as
Very
well.
racy tonight.
There he was.
Almost
yeah,
on
that
the
was very
grass.
close, that.
Sirius is running a much different gear ratio to everybody else. I've noticed most people are into 5th and he's been going into 4th, so he must be getting a bit more out of it, but
Hopefully it's not giving him any engine damage as well.
Yeah,
he's running a lot higher.
Extend his pit stops a little bit more.
when he's dropping into the fourth, he is actually a scientist in red, and he's over revving it.
5th would probably be the better option there, but it must be a bit more stable for him if he's going in 4th, but it's definitely not going to help the engine damage.
Especially when you're sitting behind another driver, you don't have very cool air coming over the car. And you get very high temperatures there.
Some good speed down the straights here.
Run on the outside. Risky move into turn 1. That outside corner
back out of
catches
that
up
one.
on you. Yeah.
You don't want to run too wide either because you lose a lot of speed coming out of the corners. But then again, I mean, you do want to tuck in behind and you can get that gap back a little bit, but I mean, you can risk it on the marbles on the outside of the corner and you did touch the wall as well. But
Looks like we got
he's gone, he's around. Commentator curse again.
That's not a safety car though, unless he got tagged. It's still race on, guys.
I was just about to say, it looks like we got dark in front of Illogical Sports there. Gosh, I think we might have missed that.
You might want to just go to the TV camera for a little bit and get off this view so we can have a look at the camera shake there. And it looks like Cirrus has gone in for that for a pit.
He doesn't lose too much time out of it.
Well, it's under green, so there's no safety car. And they were all told in the driver briefing before the event that 2 cars have to be involved in the accident for a safety car.
That's very unlucky there.
So that's going to bring Knight Pegasus now. There he goes. He's in the 6th there. Those 2 guys are going to have to work together to try and get back on that lead lap.
Now, I'm not going to say anything about Weary, because I want him to win.
Money's on Weary Knight. So the internet just gave up on Gear 3 Gaming. He's confirmed that.
It's very, very unlucky that.
He did say that he might have got something similar to Sato maybe. He just booed him. I think he was still in party chat and everything. I'm not too sure about that. That's unfortunate. The Dark Racing is going to try and bring Illogical Sports with him and chase down Weary Knight here on lap 66 of ANZCRL Combined Racing League's 3rd run-in of the Indianapolis 500 here on Project Cars 2. On the Xbox.
It's always an exciting event, absolutely, every year. I mean, you never know who's going to win it, but then again, I mean, you never know either until the last few laps. So it's always exciting to watch. There's always a lot of close battles, but right now everyone's sort of split open a little bit, but a couple of really close ones.
Oh, there's a battle here. Oh no, that's who's that again? They're in the
I think that's Knight Pegasus.
That's Cirrus, I believe.
Cirrus.
No, it might be Cirrus, yeah.
Yes, yeah, it's Cirrus.
So he's falling. That's going to be 2 laps down. So he's got to really
Yeah,
fight.
that does, yeah.
That's going to hurt him a lot, that will.
Well, we know that he's got pace Weary Knight, so I mean, not very serious, I mean. So we know that he can match it with the guys.
If he can keep himself there and we have a safety car come up shortly, may be able to get that lap back.
Yep.
I think may have still had some people due to pit shortly. I think.
Still got some fuel loads here, so.
Remember.
But Weary up front with 12 leaders. He's going to have to pit very soon.
So we'll just stay on Weary for a sec. I just want to see what the fuel burn is roughly a lap. So he was on 12 litres at the start of this one. We'll see how much they use per lap.
It's quite a bit by the looks of that. It's
Full
down
noise.
quite a lot. So. Down to 10.5.
So we're past third way race distance. So it looks like it's going to be about just around 2.2, 2.3.
Just under, yeah. He's not going to have too many laps left, so he's going to want to pit very soon, but
he's only going to lose a lot of time. He's only going to have 3. Yeah, he's going to have to pit under green.
Well, everyone else caught up behind. They're getting pretty close out front now.
So originally we had 14 sign-ups for this event. We actually had more than 14, but we had a few guys not be able to make it last minute. It's unfortunate, because it would have been interesting to see a field of 10 to 12 cars at this stage.
It's a bit unfortunate, but you always get some good racing even still, but it always would be better with more of it.
Well, the guys are still going to earn it. For the victory, that's for sure.
Absolutely. You're not going to get it handed to you.
No, not for these guys. Ooh,
a little taily there for both of them. Darky had a little bit. Sirius definitely got caught out more.
So
he hasn't got much
to
fuel,
see.
so he's going to pit soon.
Yeah, we're probably expecting to see him next lap.
Yeah, he's going to want to, because he may not get another lap in after that.
We just talked about having keeping fuel in those tanks, special events. And is Weary not going to be the first one to run out of fuel?
I think we'll find him in the pits this lap, because there's very marginal to getting an extra lap in, I think. He's going to keep going.
At least with these cars, they can. Even if he does run out, he'll have enough. I think we said about 2.4, 2.8, so he will be able to make it.
Very close.
But even if he did run out, you've got enough pace to drift pits, coast in.
You'll lose a little bit, you won't lose a whole lot, so which is good.
And there should be another lead change. Darky right behind Weary at the moment. And we're going to say that
down to the 1 litre.
We're going to let them know.
Here he comes, he's pitting in now, so
it's all about stopping so he doesn't get a penalty. He's done well.
Very, very good entry.
So he's going to go probably a lap down under green, you think? It's going to be very close.
Yeah, I think so, because you're doing about 40 seconds a lap, and I think the pit stops are usually around probably about 50 seconds with the transit in the pit lane. So I think he will go a lap down, but I mean, I don't know how far back exactly, but we'll keep an eye on that anyway.
He's moving now, but he's going to... it's a perfect one to see because Darky was right on his tail too, so this is actually that's how much it's going to affect. He's a lap down now. Could be a lap and a half, guys. It's very costly.
Looks like it's going to be around that, yeah.
He's still got to come out and then get up to race pace as well. Very costly for Weary Knight.
Looks like we've got Night Pegasus in the pit lane too. He's got very low fuel, so he didn't quite push it as far, but he did have enough time to get in the pit lane without doing another lap. Otherwise he would have been gone, but it's alright, he's kept it safe from pitting again, and Weary's going out again. Whereabouts is he? He's about a lap and a half down from Darky by the looks of things, so there's a lot to lose, but I mean everyone's got to pit at the same time, so...
Yeah, he'll be just hoping for a lot of green run now because Darky is going to have to pit. Well, if we're looking about probably another 8 or 7 laps, Darky's going to have to pit. So if we've got the green running for those period of time, it's going to be close to see if Weary Knight can overtake Darky again.
Definitely.
Oh no! One off one with the Logical Sports.
Yeah.
And he's almost gone in backwards in the pits, which caught him out
he
past
was very close there. Oh no, didn't want to repeat it last time, that's for sure.
So he's elected to keep going.
Get about the same fuel as Darky's, about 18 litres. I think he might have a little bit more now. It's 3 litres more, so he might get an extra lap on Darky there, but...
What sort of fuel did Logical
splitting them up?
Missed that.
15,
He's on the same as well.
Same.
Yeah, so he's on the same strategy as the other guys.
Dado just behind is at 20, so a little bit more. Weary Knight with a full tank, which is always good to see. Serious for about 40 litres, so he's going to go a long way. everyone's spread out quite heavily at the moment. And Night Pegasus also with a full tank, so we're going to see Darky and Jetto on the top, and the rest of them coming very soon.
Darky's loving it up out front at the moment. I think he was the 6th lead change of the race. After leading most of the start of the race, I believe. I'm trying to remember. Pretty sure he was out front.
Too many laps to remember, that's the problem.
Yeah. Well, we've been running now for over an hour. About an hour, 10 minutes. Coming up to hour 10.
Yeah, come up to the 80th lap. About half a lap time.
So the guys will be happy to see this screen running because they get into that groove.
It certainly helps to be consistent too. I've noticed when you get a lot of safety cars, there's a lot of stop-starting going on, so it sort of hurts to get in that rhythm, but it does keep it close racing, but I mean, you do want to keep it consistent also.
Just to, we've got a comment there by Sato, was surprised that Logical Sports didn't call a safety car, but I believe that he did that all on his own, so it wasn't warrant to be called a safety car, unless someone else was involved, but we missed that, so I thought
there was a bit of a gap from him to everyone else, I'm pretty sure, so I think it might have just been, he might have either clipped it inside or he's maybe just lost the rear end a little bit, so it looks like it was all on his own there.
So it's fair play by everyone. It's good to see everyone abiding by the rules.
So Jetto down about 10 litres. Darky's looking at about 7.5, so he'll be pitting very soon. Logical also at the same field, so he's on the back.
Yeah, just taking another lap of the Logical. I mean of
Night
Pegasus. Yeah. Pegasus
It's a
fighting
bit
hard.
unlucky that. He's not giving in.
No, well that's the nature of this race. You can't give in because they're trying to get their strategy right and make these laps back. Making the safety cars work for them. The only way they can make their lap back is if they're in the lead of the queue when the safety car comes out, or if the leader's picked during the safety car and then you become the leader of the race during the safety car, you can then take off and make that lap back. And I think we'll be expecting Darky in about 2 laps time. Maybe 1 lap time.
Just
He'll
over
probably
4
do another
litres,
one.
so
So he should be
we
able
managed to get an extra one, but
yeah, I think so, Gecko.
Logical will be very close. It'll be about the same time as Darky, I reckon.
Yeah, there'll be a flurry of pit stops.
And then again, looking at Logical Sports' fuel load, he's going to be very close to get an extra lap, I think, because he's down to about just on 3 now, and he's still got a little bit of a lap.
Yeah, so Jetto will have to pit 2, I believe.
He's got a little bit more, but he's about 4.5 litres, so he's probably at the same boat as what Darky is, I think.
Darky will be pit in this lap, I think.
Yeah, 1.4.
There he comes.
And he comes out.
Time he's braking into, he's just locking the brakes. He's on the anchors hard. The rears were locking up.
Very hard to keep that in play and not go too fast past the marker, but he got it done.
So Jetto's coming in
We've also got Jetto.
I thought he might have just played the gauntlet and then 1 extra lap just to change it, have a little bit different strategy. Never know with safety cars.
Try to keep it close. Yeah. Logical Sports in the pits now. He's just about 0.4 of the litre, so he's pushed it very, very far. He's done a good job.
So this has given Dado up to the lead of the race now. And he's
battled up in the left, I think, with where it fits. He's just over 5 litres, so he might get an extra lap in as well, but I'm thinking probably the next lap around, I think he's going to have to come in.
So as the cars have spread out, it's a lot harder to get a safety car at this time because any sort of incident's usually a single car spin.
Yeah, definitely.
So Dado's our 7th
Darky
lead
coming out of
change.
the pit lane. I think Dado might have got a
Weary
penalty.
Night. Weary
I
Night
think he
is
sped into
just-
the pit lane, possibly.
Yeah, he's in the pits. I think you got that right on cue. I think you've got that correct. Could be costly at the end of the race. Last year's race was separated by just over a second.
The second's definitely crucial in the end, because I mean, you're looking at tenths when it comes to this sort of racing, and you don't want to give away any extra time if you can't help it.
So it looks like Weary Night. He's just come through now and taken the lead of the motor race. With he's got a good lot of fuel in too. So he's brought himself back into the race very well. And this is what I was saying before about when he pitted earlier and Dark Racing was right on him. And we're wondering to see how they came out after the pit stops. It looks like he's got a 6-second lead on Darky. So Weary Night's actually done a really good session.
He's running really well tonight. We all knew that Weary Night was going to be definitely a contender. And certainly showing it now. Darky's just about 6 seconds behind him. He's got a little bit to make up, but there's still a long way to go as well.
Yeah, but just remember, Darky was right on his gearbox when Weary pitted under green, so they've had those green lap running, so Weary's really been on the hammer. It's probably because also the fresh tyres. You probably find that because the tyres drop
definitely.
off. So, yeah, the tyres probably gave him that little extra grip and more consistent laps. And we're only looking probably around about eight laps that Darky had out there after Weary pitted. And here comes Cirrus.
Pegasus is not too far behind now. He was a little bit further behind, but he's sort of catching himself up. He's only just over a minute and a half, so he's a lap, about a lap and a half down. So
yeah, and Dado Racer, he's actually 2 laps down by the looks of it. Yeah, I think Darky's was Weary Night's actually overtaken him to put him 2 laps down, I think.
That was actually what we got.
So Logical Sports in 5th has just put another lap on Dado.
I'm still Weary Night out the front doing some good laps, so he's still keeping that gap about the same to Darky, so he's not losing much at all. Having a good run.
I believe these guys too with their aero, they're running negative numbers on the rear wings.
Certainly helps, that's for sure. I mean, it's a bit hard through the corners, but I think if you keep up your speed, especially with the banked corners, it's not really going to hurt you that much at all, but you do want it for the straights.
Yeah. So lap 90 of 200. So Logical Sports, he's a lap down, I believe. The first of the
Yeah, he's
people a
about
lap down.
55, so it's about a lap and a little bit behind him, but he's still going well, doing some good lap times.
Yeah, he's sort of on the same fuel run as obviously Darky and Jetto and all that, because they all pitted together, so he's sort of not going to benefit too much to get that lap back in front of those guys. He's got to sort of hope to have even if safety car comes out and the guys in front do pit, he's just going to have to try and bite the bullet and play the chance game and stay out. And
Yeah,
get
definitely.
back to
So
the
we
head of the queue.
got Cirrus down here with just over 6 litres, so he'll also be pitting very soon.
Yeah, currently running third.
We've got some mixed strategies here tonight because there's a bit of a difference between him and Weary Knight and Darky up the front. Here he comes, he's in the pits now. Can he pull it up? Oh, he locks it up. Yes, he can.
Yeah, so it really hurts pitting it under the green, but they're all doing it at the moment because we've lost a lot of close racing within the group, so the safety cars not having much work to do. We've actually had 7 safety car periods. The last was actually on lap 55, so we've had a good run without a safety car.
You were doing well.
We've definitely had a full fuel load. You know, what we were saying at the start at the top of the broadcast, they were roughly running 30 laps for a tank of fuel.
Yeah. We've had quite a few stops so far, but most of the guys have been pitting under safety car just to top up the fuel, and at least in that way it mixes up the strategies, but it does give that little bit extra. So especially when you go safety car, it grips back up, so you're not losing much time at all for an extra pit stop, a little bit extra fuel, so you can run a little bit further then.
Yeah.
Sorry guys, I've had some technical audio difficulties again.
Oh, welcome back, Aussie.
Oh, this is a bit difficult. But anyway, that's my problem.
How's the pizza? Tell us the truth.
Pizza?
Yeah, you went for pizza instead.
Yeah. Hopefully the controller stays on for me so I can keep my audio on.
Just give it a flick every now and then, and you should be right. So Dado with these 52 litres of fuel, and what's he, 2 laps down, I think he was.
He might even be on his third, because he's about a minute 40 behind. He's about a 40-second lap time. So he might even be 3 laps down.
Just bring up the timings. Just bring up the time. Actually, he's 2 laps because he's 93 and the leaders are on 95.
Yeah, there you go.
And his Pegasus is winning 2.
Yeah, there you go. Dado's got a 10-second penalty. That's really going to hurt him at the end of the race if it comes very close.
Yeah. He's just going to have to try and go round and round for experience here and see what he can pick up any pieces.
Absolutely.
Getting you halfway race distance, 2 laps down, it's a tough pass to get up to the lead lap again. If you had more cars on track, you could guarantee that there could have been an opportunity, but the guys have paced out quite a bit. Look at that, they all did 40-second laps previous lap. And the pace is coming out of the track a little bit.
And also, everyone's really spread out, so that I don't think the slipstream is really going to come into play as much as what it would have been very close. So that could also be the other thing as well. But we've got Jetto on the back. Logical Sports here, so he's going to pick up a little bit extra speed.
Yeah, well, that last lap he did a 39, so he broke into the 39s.
Yeah, the only one in 39, so he's done a good lap.
Jetto is
a couple more left to go.
Yeah, definitely. Jetto is actually the fastest man of the race at the moment with a 39.4. And he's doing really good for the Dale Coin Racing in the Honda. Weary Knight, number 2 Team Penske Chevrolet. So we've got a Chevrolet, another Honda, and then another Honda with Jetto, number 2 Sports. He's also in a Honda. The Hondas are well represented in the top spots there. But the one that counts is a Chevrolet with Weary Knight in the Team Penske.
We've got too wide coming around the corner. He's going to lose a little bit of speed going up that line.
Yeah, he's just had to lift off. Definitely a fine art. Racing around these super speedways. It's more than just turn on left. So expect we're uniting. Another 4 laps.
Getting very staggered pit stops now. Everyone's got their own little strategies going on, so they're all going to come into play towards the end. So we've just hit half-3, so we're about 100 lap now, so 100 laps down. We'll see how the rest of this panned out.
So just remember, if you can cast your memory back 30 laps ago, Weary Knight had Dark Racing right on his gearbox when he came in for a pit. And at the moment he's got a 6.5 second lead.
Happened to pit while everyone's racing is going to really hurt him though.
Yeah, but that's what they've had a good run here. The last safety car period was lap 55, so we're getting up to about 50
pretty
laps
good run.
where we haven't had a safety car.
Are we calling a commentator's curse here, or?
Hopefully not.
Well, I know I can't get anything out of Gecko. He's not saying much about Weary Knight because his money's on Weary Knight.
Yeah, I'm not saying anything about Weary. Good.
Keep it quiet. Darky's still got a lot of fuel left, so he's going to have quite a few laps left to go. Weary's going to be pitting very shortly, so he's going to get that lead back again.
Yeah, so they've roughly about 8 lap difference, I think. 8 was previously.
They're doing very much the same lap time, so they're not really getting any closer or further away or anything like that, which is always good to see. But if they're a little bit closer, it'll be a bit more interesting. So we'll see how the rest of the race goes. You see Gouge now, he's on 3 litres, so he's going to definitely want to pit this lap.
Yeah, you've called that. Yeah, the 2.4 litres per lap.
Yeah, and he comes.
It's going to be interesting to see where he comes back out on track here.
Yeah, it's a lap and a half we found out.
Okay.
There's another. Jetto's on 26. He's on the same lap.
9th lap change.
He's got around a lot of different spots there too, so a couple of laps to go he was behind him, but he's keeping him at bay at the moment.
Yeah, logical. We want to try and stay within reach of Jetto. Jetto's such a fast driver at the moment. You can see the benefit, logical, to 39.9 following Jetto.
Jetto's also done a 39.7, so he's got a lot of pace out the front without any slipstream.
We've got Weary just up ahead of them, just coming out of the pits there.
Yeah. So that Penske car.
Looks like he's going to be a little bit far back to make something of that, unfortunately.
So again, we want to see probably about another 8 laps of green flag running. And you'll see what Weary Knight's gap will be. He'll be obviously take the lead again from Darky. But Darky's been able to save fuel a little bit. Because I'm sure he was about 18 litres of fuel left when Weary Knight pitted last time.
You've got Knight Pegasus in the pit lane by the looks of it.
Yeah, you can see they're very spaced out here on the map.
Yeah, there's not a lot of close racing going on, but There's a couple of them together there, very close as well. Which is Jetto and Illogical still, so they're not really breaking away from each other. Set some good lap times still, so they've both done a 39, both done a 39.5, so good lap times coming through with these two.
I'm pretty impressed with Darky up there up in the lead with no drag, and he's doing 39.8.
Yeah, he's doing a sensational job.
Very quick.
But Logical Sports really needs a gift of a safety car somewhere to try and get back up on the lead lap. And hopefully Darky and Jetto pit. And he can get his lap back. So I believe that Logical's got the same fuel strategy as Jetto and Darky. I think they're roughly the same fuel.
Yeah, basically exactly the same, really. Weir's about a minute behind Dark, so it's about the same gap as he was the last pit stop. Hopefully get some good lap times in and get a bit of consistency, and they'll be still pretty close when Darky pits. So they're a little bit staggered with their pit strategies. That'll also come into play towards the end of the race as well. So we'll see how long we go for a green. We've had a good run so far. Hopefully it keeps going.
And as Logical, was it? Did you have a mistake?
What happened there? Must have had a bit of a spin.
Just underneath the draft of Jetto. Must have caught him out.
There's another close battle there with Datto. He's always been close to someone around him, so he's always had a good run through this race.
Yeah.
Looks like Datto's picked up a penalty there.
Oh, he got
sorry, we've already
earlier. Yeah,
already gone on to that.
10-second one, yeah.
Jeez. Unlucky.
He's got himself in front of Knight Pegasus at the moment, so he'll be happy with that.
Yeah, Knight Pegasus has gone back quite a bit now. He's a couple of laps down. Not exactly the ideal spot, but he's still going around doing a good run. So.
And look, it's a very long race, and we've seen already what can happen.
Absolutely.
Anything can happen.
Yeah, well, we've gone past halfway race distance. We've had 9 lead changes, and we have had 7 safety car periods, with the last being on lap 55.
Darky will be doing another stop very shortly. He's on about just over 7 litres, so we'll see him coming probably in the next, I thought he was reckoning more than 2 laps, I think, maybe 3.
Yeah, be pushing 3, I think 2.
2 would be much safer bet, I'd say.
He's been doing an outstanding job. It's definitely a race that he's been putting a lot of time into.
He's got a lot of race pace no matter what cars he's driving, so I'm pretty impressed with his skill set. But again, not very surprised, because he's always one of the quick guys around here.
He's coming on to get a draft from Knight Pegasus.
He's going to go down another lap, which is very unfortunate, but then again, Darky will be pitting very shortly, which will give him that lap back.
Nice little clean move in the lap traffic. Darky's not going to have much fuel coming into pit lane next lap.
I think he might even pull the gap on Weary Knight. He's doing some very good lap times.
He has been doing some very fast times, but he had 6 seconds. He was behind, so he had to make 6 seconds up. He's
about a second quicker for the last couple of laps, I've noticed.
Yeah, so you could be right. And we know Darky's pretty quick coming into pit lane. His transit's pretty good.
Here he comes.
I wonder if he's going to go tyres too.
Stop.
That can save some
Perfect.
time. I'm not too sure if they change tyres and fuel at the same time. In real life they don't, do they? So they normally try and follow the same.
No, it is split up. Jetto also in the pit lane, so he's got another stop. Logical spots on his way in as well.
Yeah, he came in a little bit, gave a little bit of time.
He's going to come out probably behind Darky, I think. He's got that gap on him.
It's going to be close. Here comes Darky's transitioning out of the pit lane now. And Weary Knight, he's just coming around to turn 4 now. Here he comes. He's going to pass
Across the
Darky
line.
for the lead. Darky's just sent it next to
He
him
does,
now.
he's got him.
That's our 10th lead change of the race.
It looks like Cirrus might even pick up a position there on Dark.
He does.
There he goes.
He does.
Sirius has got a pit very shortly
He will have
anyway,
to
so
pit
he's in
soon.
about 17 litres.
If Dark can get on the back of him there, they can learn some pretty quick laps, and it might bring him a bit closer to Weary as well.
That gap looks like it's still around about 6 seconds from the lead. And Darky's just dropped a little bit. He came in, what was that, about 8 seconds behind, just nudging the wall. Daddo's in the pits. So lap 115 or 116 of ANZCRL Combined Racing League Special Event number 4, being the Indianapolis 500. As the title states, we're Australia and New Zealand races on Xbox, racing on Project Cars 2.
Quite a lot of series going on. Some unofficial, or a couple of official ones. We've got the Formula Renault starting up this weekend as well. That'll spark a pretty good series, I'm thinking, in the next coming weeks. A lot of good pace I've seen from a lot of the guys.
Yeah, they should be a fun car to drive with DRS also on those cars.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to getting out on track with those ones.
And if you're interested, you can obviously find all our information over at our website at ANZCRL.weebly, which is WEEBLY.com. Or if you're on Facebook, have a look at ANZCRL in groups and request to join and answer the 3 questions we ask you to answer. And obviously we are open for Australia and New Zealand residents only.
It's definitely one to get amongst of. I've found since I've been here, it's probably one of the best leagues I've been a part of, so no complaints with that at all. A lot of good racing, a lot of clean racing, but very competitive. So it's a lot of good fun.
Yeah, we welcome everyone at all different levels. Everyone's here to help, and we do actually see, and that's the greatest thing to actually see, some guys that do come in and struggle a little bit with the game and see them progress and get better and better and end up competing with the top boys.
Yeah, good bunch of guys in this league.
We take it serious when it has to be serious, but we also do like to have a laugh, and so we know we're all there for one thing, and it's just enjoyment. That's what it's all about.
Absolutely.
Back to the race here. We're on lap 120. We've got another 80 laps remaining. Remember, the safety car cut-off period is lap 170. And at this stage, we haven't needed a safety car since lap 55. So we've had a good 75 laps, is it? Or more than that? Math's not so good.
A lot.
60, 65. I think 65, is it? Or something like that.
65 sounds about it, yeah.
So that's been actually...
running, which is always good.
Yeah, well that's 2 pit stops, because as we've said, 30 laps per tank.
Looks like we've got Sirius in the pits there too, actually, when you speak of that.
This is getting a little bit juicy. We've got Dado up front, trying to stay in front of these guys, and he's fast coming through.
He's not going to want to get caught up in anything here, so he's going to try and get around as cleanly as he can without losing any time.
Oh, and it's the wall there.
Yeah, and I was just thinking, like, this could have been a period of a safety car. When they start getting a little bit of a group like that of 3 cars, they've been running, and their memory muscles just been running single laps without too much draft. And then all of a sudden
it's a bit of a shock to see a car around you when there's no one there for so many laps.
Yeah, and then
got to keep it composed.
Handles a little bit different.
This is also
giving the draft.
This is giving Dark a bit of an advantage as well over this. Weary. Some clean laps done on his own there.
Yeah, he looks like he's gained about 2 seconds on Weary. Darky has.
He's doing 39s as opposed to Weary with the 40 there, so he's done a good last lap.
Let's see what he does here.
So we've just got Lockie 5.5s. We haven't seen for a while. It looks like he's interested in those Formula Renault, so I think he's going to sign up for the first round on tomorrow night. So we welcome him back. He's one of the guys that moved over to PC and has been running really well.
Look forward to racing him.
Yeah, I'm sure there'll be plenty of people enjoying Lockie's company. And Lockie likes to put his nose in here and there. Darky's getting a good draft off Dado. We know Dado's had some bit of pace, so he's not going to hold Darky up too much. He's going to tee up really well.
He's got that gap to 4.5 seconds, so Darky's really wanting to push now.
Looks like we've got Weary going around a Logical Sports too. Oh no.
He's still on the back of him.
Pretty close.
Dark's cleared their Dado, so he's out in front again.
Look at that, the gap's down to 4 seconds.
Yeah, it's going to come down to pit stop strategies, I think. If we're not going to have too many more safety cars, we're going to have to start putting out the old calculator.
Want to make sure you get them all very much right. You don't want to go underfueling the car and then not finishing the race, especially with the length of the race has been.
And the long battle between both CMDR Cirrus and Logical Sports continue as well. They're all fighting a lap behind. With the Logical just holding on. He's just about to drop 2 laps down. He wants to stay in front of Weary Knight if he can. Definitely, that Team Penske number 2 car definitely looks good at the moment.
Looking very racy, but we've got Darky within less than 4 seconds now, so he's They're both doing some very good lap times. We've got Weary just did a 39.7, so he's putting in a good lap as well himself.
He's just got round the logical sports too. He put his head down and do some pretty decent laps and try and build that gap a little bit more now too.
So he's coming up to, what, 128 laps. He's going to have to pit within another 4 laps, I guess. Maybe 5,
Yeah,
5,
be around
5
that.
laps. So I'm just thinking, that'll be 133 maybe pits. We're looking at 30 laps of fuel. So theoretically we'll have to pit at 133, then 163, and then 193. So he's going to have to do another 3 pit stops, whereas Darky, he only has to do 2, because as we know, he's got about another 8 laps on Weary Night. So just my maths, if they're correct, it looks like Weary Night, if we go green, has to pit another 3 times, and Darky will get away with 2.
I think he's going to be wanting for a safety car very shortly, because there's not too much left to go until there's no more safety car. But with that extra stop's really going to hurt him, I'm thinking.
Well, he's going to be 7 laps short, so he was going to have a splash and dash. Unless it's a safety car.
Yeah, the transit time's really going to hurt him.
So I guess the Team Penske crew and Weary Night are praying up at the gods, the safety car gods. So we've been going for, what are we looking at, about an hour 40? A bit more than an hour 40.
Darky tapped the wall there, it hasn't seemed to hurt him much at all. He's down about a 1/10 and a half. It's certainly slowed down a little, but he's got a lot of pace still going. He's keeping that gap about the same, just under 4 seconds. So hopefully he can pull that a little bit more and catch up a bit quicker. But then again, at the moment he's got the upper hand with the pit strategies, so we'll see how it all pans out.
Very interesting. And we've also got a comment from one of our, what can I say, the guy that won every single race at the European Le Mans Series, Dread 501. He's getting very itchy to get racing into these Formula Renaults tomorrow after watching these guys tonight.
I'll tell you what, you're not the only one. It's a very odd feeling sitting here watching instead of actually driving.
Yeah.
Haven't done
Oh,
this
there's
before.
Darky. Is that Darky? No, that's not Darky. That's Illogical Sports, isn't it?
It's illogical. Yep.
Yeah, he just ran right. Here comes Weary Night in.
Here
for his
comes
pit
Weary.
stop.
Dark made a lot of time that stint there on Weary.
Yes, he did.
He came out the pit lane pretty sure about 7 seconds behind, and he's just gone past the line just under 4. So 3 seconds is quite a big difference when you're talking about these amount of laps, and the same about lap times as well. So
there you go. So 131. So he's going to have to. Yeah, he's going to be about 10 laps short. So he's going to have to pit another 2 times. Darky really needs to do a bit of fuel saving if he can, to try and only have to do one more pit stop after the one that will be coming up. So he'll be wanting to, if he can pit around about lap 141, Darky should be able to make one more pit stop. I think 141's the number, 142, something like that.
Jeddo coming up on the back of Cirrus here. And put him another lap down under behind Jeddo's. He's already lap down for Darky, but hopefully after the next stop he might get that spot back. But I'm thinking it's very close between him and Jeddo at the moment.
So just had another comment from Lockie, 5-5s. He wished he could have joined this race tonight. Last time we looked, the lobby was full, which it was. We did have 14 sign-ups, but as sometimes happens, we don't get the communication from people, and come race day we get a couple of messages where they can't make it, and then we don't hear from 3 other people that were actually signed up. So it was a bit disappointing, Lockie. We would have liked to have seen those extra 3 spots go to someone, and hopefully next time, yeah, some of our members just show a bit of courtesy. If they know that they're not going to make it, just let us know. Earlier the better, so then we can try and fill the grid. It's very hard to fill at the last minute, especially on the day. Too much work for admin, but if we get 3 or 4 days, at least we can help these guys that haven't done much practice, give them a bit of practice and help them come up to pace, ready for the race.
He just did a 39.4, so he's really pushing. I think that gap's really going to come down to very, very little after the next stop between him and Leary. Leary has done a 41.2, so he's quite a bit slower than the last lap. He's just posted 40.9, so still quite a big difference between the two. In saying that, Darky's got there's a logical behind him.
Yeah, that's a logical.
Keeping him at bay, keeping him a bit of speed, a bit extra speed that would really help out.
So
Look at that, a 39.3.
I think that's the fastest lap of the race, guys.
I think it will be, yeah.
Very nice lap time he's doing. He's keeping it very, very speedy.
Jeddo did have the fastest lap before that. I think it was a 39.4 flat. So Darky's definitely on a good move here. And as we said, the magical number is 142 laps he wants to push out to make him be able to have 1 less pit stop to Weary Night. But there's still plenty of racing to go. And safety cars can still happen. With cars lapping each other.
Yeah, I was going faster again. 39.225.
Far out. He's not waiting around, is he?
No, he's stamping his authority on this race.
Yeah, definitely. Looks like we're getting a little bit of a pack forming up, coming down the main straight there now.
Yeah,
pretty much everyone except for Dark and Illogical, really.
This is looking a little bit interesting for maybe a safety car. And
we've got one gone. It's
and that's Cirrus. And that's
it is.
Yes.
That's going to be a safety car.
There we
It
go.
will be a safety car.
And what lap is that?
Cirrus and Jeddo, I believe.
139.
Oh, he's going back around.
Oh, and
that's taking out Darky,
Oh,
the leader.
no.
The leader of the race.
Oh, no.
And he's going to have to
really going to shake things up.
He's going to have to wait for Jeddo to pass to get back to reset to track. This has been a game changer, everyone.
There
That
he
has
goes.
now brought Weary Knight. If Weary Knight's smart, he would be pitting. He needs to pit to get on the same.
Yeah, definitely.
Same.
He already has.
Darky. No,
Oh,
he has
yes,
to pit
sorry,
again.
yeah, to get back on
Because at the
the
moment,
same
he's still
strategy,
has
yeah.
to do 2 pit stops.
Right.
So he needs to pit.
I'm thinking Darky's probably going to take the best of it and pit it in this
Yeah,
time.
Dark will be in, definitely.
And
Here
he's
he
Weary
goes,
Knight
he's coming in.
Weary Knight hasn't gone in, so he wants to follow in.
Jeddo's
Here he comes.
Weary Knight's
Weary's
following.
in now.
Slow it
It's
up.
going to be a very, very interesting.
This has really put some interest into the race. We've got Dark Racing still leading the race in the pits. CMDR Cirrus.
Everyone's coming in the same pit strategies now.
Yep, everyone's coming in. He's really going to shake things up.
Cirrus should have stayed out. He would have got his lap back. Am I correct in saying that? I think he's made a mistake
I'm thinking,
there.
yeah, definitely.
He had enough fuel. He could have gone around and got his lap back and maybe pitted the next lap. And as we know, safety cars breed safety cars, so there's a good chance there's going to be another one early on. Remember, the cut-off for the safety car period is lap 170. So we've still got another.
He's coming to pits, but he's still only on
35
25 litres. So he must have just done tyres, I think.
Yeah, stop one right there.
Did he actually stop or did he go straight through? He might have been forced into the pits without.
Yeah,
Sometimes
maybe.
that can happen if his car was a little bit out of whack, out of control.
He's going to stay out though.
Got the leaders out of the pits now.
Here he goes. He's got his
Dato's
lap
making up
back.
a little bit extra time as much as he can.
That's what he needed to do.
Hasn't got the whole lap yet though.
Maybe he came in the pits and then he
Smart
said,
move,
no,
eh?
that's right, I've got to stay out to try and make me lap back.
He might have done a drive-through, so it's going to be to hurt him a little bit, but it's definitely helped him.
Yeah, he's got to pull up on the brakes here. He's got to be joining back the queue. He can't make that move.
He's letting him go.
Because Darky is the leader of the race.
So at the moment, we've got Darky at the front, Jetto following him, but just behind. We've got Logical Thoughts just out of the pit lane. We've got Weary following him out the pit lane as well, alongside Sirius War. And we've got Night Pegasus into the lap, a couple of laps down by the bleed at the moment. And then Dado in third in the row, but he's also a couple of laps down as well, so...
Well, he's actually 5 laps down.
Yeah, no, it's
5 or 4 laps
not
down.
overly great.
No, that's 5 laps
And it's
down.
5 laps. Yeah, 4 laps for Pegasus. We've got about a couple laps there for Sirius. I think there's 2 laps there for him, unless he's gone past the line again, then it's only 1, but...
Well,
We've
Sirius
actually
was the-
just had Sato say in the chat here that Darky's actually the only one on the lead lap.
I think he could be right.
Yeah, he is. Looking at the screen here, we've got 141 laps for Dark and Jetto's on 140.
And where's
He's
is
got a
Jetto
lap,
right
lap
behind
up his
Darky?
sleeve there.
Yeah, he's right. He's second in the row.
So there you go.
There you
So
go.
that's been a big problem with everyone jumping early to pit. As I said, when Sirius came in, I was quite shocked. I thought he should have stayed out and he would have got his lap back. But I don't know how Weary Knight became a lap down.
Well, Weary pitted 4, so he would have already been about half
he
a
was
lap back, I
he
think.
was too. He had
Or a
to
lap
stay
behind,
out.
sorry.
Yeah, and we'll call him the
So he should have
captain.
stayed for 1 lap and then pitted.
Yeah, true.
It's definitely a game changer.
So that's the thing with these races, they're so fast, you don't have a whole lot of time to process what's actually just happened.
Yeah, and you got no pit crews telling you.
Yeah, exactly right. You've got to make all the calls yourself as quickly as possible and hope that they're the right one.
So we're going to go green, guys. Lap 141. And Darky's got the freedom of having a full lap on everyone. So the battle's going to be for second.
Yeah, absolutely. They're not going to make him get away that easily though, but at the moment he's going to have that big buffer zone on the next lap, so...
I tell you what,
Doesn't want to overdo it.
Lockheed's going to be worth a lot of money next year. I think everyone will be wanting him as his pit crew. As a manager.
Better get the crew chief out.
Yeah, even us in the commentary box, we all thought that Weary Knight had to pit that lap, and he did. He still had to go around to get his lap back. He was a lap down. We all forgot about that.
Yeah, I thought he was on the same lap, to be honest. It wasn't until I actually processed it.
Your sports
That was
is
so
around
quick.
here for Weary Night.
We've actually had a logical make a move on Weary position.
Yeah, for third. They're all going to have to register this in their brains too. That they're all these cars now. They're all fighting for second, third, and fourth.
Yeah, we had a big gap without a safety car.
So what a big game changer that was on lap 139. We saw Darky making a stroke of genius and pitting, and everyone else following him. And as Lockie said at the time, they needed to actually keep out on track, get that lap around, because they were all a lap down on Darky.
It's really going to hurt them all now.
And the funny thing was, Darky also got caught up in that accident too.
Yeah, he was flying. Literally.
He didn't cause the accident, but he actually got caught up with the car coming back onto the track. So, yeah, he was lucky to hold on to that lead. And it's just funny that the cars didn't somehow get that lap back. I'm still trying to think how that happened.
Trying to process it.
It'd be good to have the game to be able to have a replay option, but yeah, we're live here, guys, and we've got another 56 laps remaining. They're going for 2 hours, just under 2 hours. So these guys have been turning left just over 2 hours, just under 2 hours, I should say. A lot of concentration.
Yeah, you don't want to do any little mistakes if you can help it. But we're
Actually,
on the back of Cirrus.
I'll have to give credit to Sado. Sorry, looking at those comments, Sado actually picked it up first about everyone pitting. So Sado's the man that picked it up. Who unfortunately fell out on lap 19 with his Honda gave up ghost and got disconnected. Showing some strong pace early on, Sado was.
He's actually dropped back a little bit off the back of Cirrus here too. Not sure what's happening there. He's dropped out of the draft.
Yeah, definitely a good battle. Dado's just holding them up there. Oh,
bit of a squirt there from Dado.
Logical's been checked up.
Very lucky.
That'll bring Weary straight onto the back of Cirrus there too.
And Weary Knight's got a big run. Here he comes.
There he goes.
Too wide.
Dado tagged the wall there too, so he's not going to have a lot of speed into this one.
Oh, Logical out wide.
Logical got hung out to dry there.
Got Cirrus next to him around the next corner as well.
He held on to it. He's still got the death wobbles. Get the tank slappers going. He's got his rain light on. Oh, there goes Dado.
Oh, Dado out wide to the wall. Oh, that was lucky.
Jetto right on the back of Darky out in the front. He's still up down, but still very, very, very close racing.
Keeping the pressure on him there too.
What's the best, guys?
Jetto doesn't want to make
Jetto
a
just
stop.
come in and make a little tag on Darky, sends him out, get the safety car, run around, get the lap back. There you go.
Wouldn't be a bad move.
They got a massive gap to the rest of the field.
Well, Jetto's the Tassie Devil of us Aussie guys, so you never know.
Sure, a lot of people won't like that move, but
Well, I guess you never know what Dale Coyne Racing team wants him to do. They could be in his ear right now. I'm telling him, just tag him, put him loose.
Yeah, you don't really want to see it happen, but if it's accidental, you can't really do much about it, but you do as much as you can to avoid it. But I will definitely make it a lot more interesting, put them all on the lead lap again, but you don't really want to go out doing it purposely.
geez, what are we just trying to throw a big commentator's curse on this, are we? Or
just keep talking about it, we'll just keep talking.
We'll see if this thing's true.
yeah. Oh, someone's actually spun there on the last corner.
That's
And we've got a safety car.
That's
Serious.
And it must have been caught just as they crossed the start line because Darky's slowed up.
Well, we got the commentator's curse, it was just on the wrong car.
Yeah, well, it's not going to help anyone because Jetto really needed to make that move and he was trying hard. So they know what they've got to do. They've got actually another 19 laps to hopefully try and pressure Darky here. They need to know that they need to get in front of him and hopefully another safety car can come out within that 19 lap period. Because once we get to 170, with 30 laps remaining, there is no more safety cars able to be caught. And that's pretty much the lap 170 is basically the fuel window. You need to have full tanks by lap 170 to get to the end.
Right, Dado's still on the pits. Looks like he's exiting now.
Have a look at the scoreboards there on that graphic there. You've got the actual names of the drivers, 1, 2, 3, 4, as they are. It's good to see. So there you go.
Dark's in the pits.
Hey? No, he's not.
Dark.
Is he?
Yeah, he is. He's just come into the pits.
What's he doing?
So is Jetto and Pegasus.
So that's given Weary 9. So, don't know why Duck has
And
done
Illogical
that.
Sports.
He's still going to have to pit
And
again.
Cirrus as well, I think.
Everyone only has to pit once more.
He might be trying to split up the strategies here to get the upper hand, but
Unless he was due for tyres soon, maybe.
I don't know. I think that's he's obviously either done this as a sportsmanship, which I don't know why he has. It could cost him. Because here comes Weary Knight to be back on the same lap.
So have we started, or are we still under a safety car here?
No, it's still safety car because Weary Knight can speed up. Because
Darky's the leader. They're probably just trying to catch up to Darky.
Ah, correct. So Dark is still the leader, obviously. Yep. Okay.
So I'm just trying to get my head around why he would have pitted. There's no need for a strategy-wise. He would have made the only one more pit stop. But now he's actually brought these guys back into the race.
Well, here we go.
So we've got Logical Sports on the same lap. I think he's actually done this to get everyone on the same lap. I think this is a sportsmanship by
Well, that's
Darky.
serious. The top four are all on the same lap now. We've got Jetto still a lap down.
Because he pitted.
But, I mean, everyone else
He pitted with
around
Darky,
there.
which I don't know why he pitted. He had to stay out. Why he pitted, I don't know.
Yeah, as Lockie just said in the chat as well, he should have stayed out. He's really hurt himself here.
Yeah, he's, as I said, as we all said, it's so hard to process. You're in the heat of the battle, you're trying to process everything, and you're going, 300 kilometres an hour, and you think, what do I do, You just naturally instinct follow the guy in front. We're about to go green, guys. Lap 152.
The top four on the same lap. This is going to be very exciting, I think.
So that was our 9th safety car period.
We've got another, just over 15 laps until there's no more safety cars, so we're going to want to make the most of this now.
Yeah, now Darky has got Weary Knight right on the tail. With a logical score, that was close.
Nothing in that.
It was nothing. Here he's on the outside.
Hold
making
around
a
the
game
outside.
move.
Yeah.
Really going to want to get a good exit out of this corner and get a good run down the straight and get in before the corner, because if you're on the outside coming into the corners, you're really going to lose a lot of time.
Yeah, we have seen guys make the move on the outside, but I tell you what, it's pretty brave. You hang your balls out there.
Absolutely.
Oh, well, logical in the wall.
You can see everyone watching here. You can see why we got damage off. It just keeps the race flowing, without having damage. That wall glance that Logical had, that would have put him in the pits. He would have had that much aero damage. He'd be just dropping speed. So you drop enough speed just by
serious
brushing
around
the wall.
Logical Spots too, for third.
Yeah, that was because he had that little brush on the wall. So that slowed him enough to drop a bit of his top end speed.
His top four's really left everyone behind.
Oh, and
there he
Cirrus
goes.
is gone.
And he's gone on his
All
own.
by himself.
So the race is still on. The race is still, unless someone else cleans him up when he's coming back.
Looks like we're all good.
Tried to keep himself out of the way there.
That was very nice from Cirrus. But I think, as I said, I really don't know why Darky pitted. I think it might have been a thing to get everyone back on the same lap. Maybe it was discussed in the chat. Yes, they're all racers in the end. They want to see a good race. It excites them. So I tell you what, it'd be something special for Darky to go on and win this.
He's got Weary Knight right on the back of his gearbox, so he's going to want to get as much time as he can and try and get a little gap out of the slipstream, but it's going to be a lot of hard work.
As we saw from earlier in the race, Weary's not going to make it easy for him.
No, not at all. Weary's, you can taste it. You can taste that milk He wants to pour that milk over him.
Especially when you've got logical sports only a second and a half, so if they're going to start battling, he's going to be right on them again. But so far, there's a nice gap between them.
This is where it all comes down now. They've all paid their money and got a ticket to the race by staying on the lead lap, thanks to Darky. Both these, the top four. Cirrus has dropped off from having that spin, but he's 16 seconds behind, so he's about half a lap behind. You know, and if there is another incident between these guys and cause a safety car, you'll be back on them again. But time's running out. They've only got 13 laps remaining before they're cut off from the safety cars. Darky just trying to throw up a bit of turn one dust into Weary Knight's face. Oh, was that that might have been a lag. I thought that might have been a little bit of a half lose by Weary, but my screen jutted.
Looked like a little bit of lag, so hopefully the connection still stays pretty stable.
I just don't know what it is with project cars. They like to drop 2 people out of every race you ever do, doesn't it? You can have 10 people, 12 people, and it just likes to do 2. Doesn't matter if you can have 5 people and they do 2.
Yeah. Hopefully something they can improve on with the next game, make it a bit more stable, but then again, there's a lot to do with the game, there's also a lot to do with the internet as well, so there's a mixture of everything in that.
Oh, it is. So that's what I said earlier in the top of the broadcast, how far we've come, online racing in the last 6 years, and how it'll be in another 6 years. You know, we're probably going to have a lot more stable servers, and people aren't going to disconnect, and the experience of the games are probably going to be a whole lot better as well.
Yeah, so it's just saw there, Weary Knight's just done his fastest lap with a 39.5 by the looks of it here. The Darky out front doing the same sort of lap times. We've got a lot of speed out there at the moment. They pulled a gap right away from the Logical Sports behind.
Yeah, I think the Logical might have just had a little bit of a moment when the screen twitched in front of him with Weary Knight when we were riding. A little bit of lag might have thrown the Logical's frame of thought, or train of thought. As we know, sim racing is a lot of visual, more than feeling. So when you get those little visual glitches in your eyes when you're really concentrating, it can put you off.
Yeah, definitely. You really got to keep focused as best you can. Cirrus and Weary Knight on the same fuel, and Darky's on quite a lot more, so that's really going to take an effect as well.
Yeah, it seems like Darky can save quite a bit of fuel too. Did the other guy? Oh, the other guys did that. They went around to get their lap back. Obviously, that's right.
Yeah, not that last time. Yeah, Darky pitted on his own, so that's where he's got the advantage of the extra fuel, but he's lost that lap.
And I guess that's what's going to come to his favour, I should say. That he won't have to get as much fuel in when he does his next stop. 170 is the magic number. If I've been given the right calculations that they get about 30 laps. If they don't get quite 30 laps, they might look at 172 and get them home. So we come into the final stages of the ANZCRL Combined Racing League's Indy 500. We're looking at Dark Racing, 40 in front, driving the 98 Andretti Herder Autosport Honda. and trailing him only 300ths of a second behind. You can see there, is Weary Knight driving the number 2 Team Penske. These two cars have probably been the most strongest throughout the race. And
very consistent lap times, very fast.
Oh yeah. And Logical Sports in the other Honda in the number 27 Andretti Autosport. So you've got Weary Knight in a meat of the sandwich, of a Honda sandwich. So Chevrolet trying to take 2 victories in a row. They won last year with SSHADZZ, Team Penske.
He's got a big chance at the moment.
He does, and I'm just going to go back and have a look back to see our first running of the Indy 500, and with what was his name again? It was seven-sided tie winning. He was in the actual number 27 Andretti Honda. And the number 2 Team Penske came second back then. So Team Penske's been strong throughout the run-ins of ANZCRL Combined Racing League's Indy 500.
It's looking like Weary Knight's going to have to pit just before the 170, so it's very, very close at the moment.
Yeah, he's got 4 laps, so yeah, he's going to be very close, isn't he? He's going to be needing to push out to make sure he can make that 30 laps. It's going to be touch and go.
I think they're coming up on the back of Cirrus very shortly. There's not really much between them.
I think
Darky's
fuel has been he's been able to conserve a little bit more fuel than most people.
Yeah, I've definitely seen that a couple of times for sure.
So it could be his final drive.
Second, third and fourth are definitely going to have to pit in the next few laps. That'll mix things up, but Darky's still going to go quite a way yet.
Yeah, and just remember his time that he stands still while he gets fuel is going to be a lot less than the other guys, so he's looking good, Darky, still. And that's maybe why, another thing why he pitted. He knows that he's going to have that advantage as well.
He's got a good strategy in play at the moment by the looks of it. Might have seemed a bit strange before, but it's sort of making a bit more sense now. But we'll certainly keep an eye out for it and see how things go. But there's only a couple of laps left and the safety car will no longer be out on the track.
And as
we can keep their nose clean and no troubles.
Yeah, exactly. And as we know, we've all done it before, trying to fiddle around with your pit strategy, adjusting the fuel level that you want in your next pit stop, and next thing you know, you find yourself in the wall because you're trying to navigate some of those buttons on your wheel at the same time, and that's what Darky's going to have to do.
Especially when you're low on fuel, there's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, and I'm sure that he'll be wanting to reduce the amount of fuel he's going to put in next fuel stop, and he's going to try and work that out at the same time while he's running.
He's got around Cirrus there, so he's put Cirrus a lap down.
Yeah.
And he's going to have to pit soon, so he's going to go another lap down after that, I think.
Oh yeah, well he's definitely going to fall another lap down. But then again, we've still got Darky that needs to pit, but again, as we said, he's not going to have to be stationary as long as the other guys.
Yeah, these guys might just get another pit stop, but I'm thinking Weary Knight's he's coming.
No,
he's not coming in.
No, he has to push it. He has to push it, otherwise he's going to be short. So it's the right thing to do.
For sure.
I think I just saw someone coming in the pits back there.
Sports in the pits. He probably could have pushed another lap, but 2.3. Yeah.
Just remember that they can afford to run out of fuel coming near that final part of the lap and still get, the last corner and still come in to the pit lane and roll.
Carry the speed.
Very nice on 1.2 litres.
Yeah.
Now 0.9, so he's going very close.
Yeah, he's just backed off just a little bit to make sure he can get there. And he's had to do that because he's in the window of making now the distance.
It's going to be very close.
A Logical Sports still can get to the end. He might just have to lift just a little bit just to make sure he can get to the end.
Cirrus should be coming in very shortly as well himself, and that should get him to the end of the race, I'm thinking. But yeah, Darky's got another stop, but he won't be there for as long as he said before, would he? So
And we've hit
Play.
lap 170, so we've got no more safety cars coming.
That's right. It's all green flag
Safety
now.
car's back in the garage. He's getting a wash and he's packed up for the night.
I'm just going to go quickly for a commentator's pit stop and I'll be back.
No worries, mate.
Jetto just went around Weary Night. 23 litres. Still got a little bit to go. He's going to pit again. About the same as Darky.
So what have we been saying? They're getting about 30 laps.
Yeah,
Fuel out of the
about
tank?
30 laps is a full tank. So if you're pitting sort of around there, you should get to the end of the race.
It'll be very close for Weary.
Not Pegasus has got a penalty as well. That's going to affect him.
He's most likely chucked a dado, I reckon. 10 seconds.
Yeah, he's got a 10 seconds as well as a dado, funnily enough.
He's chucked a dado. All very spaced out at the moment. No one's really near anyone.
So you got Darky out front, followed by Jetto. So he's going to be pitting shortly as well with Darky, so they're very close in the same field.
Jetto is a lap down on Dark already.
He's really going to hurt his finishing time. Followed by Weary Night as well as Logical Sports. And then Sirius followed not far behind him as well.
Okay, so we've got 25 laps remaining. And Darky still up in front.
And Jetto looks like he's coming to pits, so he's taking a gamble and pitting a bit early.
Yeah, we'll get to the end now. But he's already a lap down anyway, isn't he?
Yeah, he's just gone, I think, 2 laps down now.
So the battle now will be hopefully Weary Knight can keep the pressure on Darky, and hopefully Darky makes a mistake, because as we know, no safety car periods now, so it's going to be very costly if a car has a spin or makes a mistake.
Yeah, for sure. So he's got 14 litres, so it should be about 4 or 5 laps, probably about 5 laps now. So maybe pushing for 6, I'm thinking, but he's gonna go a long way until he has to pits. But yeah, he's gonna be stopped for a lot less than everyone else has had to do.
And will Darky actually stuff up his fuel amount he puts in, or is he just going to sit there and get a full tank? I don't know. So he did have a buffer on the guys.
You're going to want to do a full.
I'm just saying, you know, you maybe knock off 10 litres, and you should be right.
Yeah,
but you wouldn't want any more than 10, I'd say. He'd still make it, but he'd be cutting it fine. He wants to make sure that he has a nice, clean pit transition as well.
Dado back in the pit soon.
Yeah, he's having a race that he'd rather forget, I think, Dado. It's or one of those things that keeps one of those guys coming back for next year. This is one that Darky has been coming back for. This is his 3rd year, and coming second fiddle for a while, and he's finally looking down the barrel of the gun to take his first Indy 500. It's something that he'll be very, very excited about.
And in style as well. He's driven a faultless race.
Oh,
Very well done.
He has. And,
Except for the big big flying up in the air with
Well,
a
he
bit of
had that
crash
big
earlier,
hit, but that wasn't his fault. So.
he's done very, very well to keep himself out front.
Yeah, and I think he's actually did a gentleman act as well by pitting to get everyone back on the same lap, and knowing that he still had that advantage of extra fuel as well. And we're going to see that. He puts probably less fuel than everyone else, so there'll be less time at the pits, and he should extend that lead. He's just got a nice groove too, Darky. He's just when he's been out on his own, he just keeps hitting it, just touching the inside white line, corner after corner. No
Very
jerking,
consistent.
no
I
movements.
mean, doing 39s every lap. Everyone else is doing about 40, so he's certainly a lot quicker, and he hasn't had any problems at all so far with lap times. He's been doing them lap after lap, so he's done very, very well tonight.
And that's always Darky's motto, is he just loves to get a car tuned up. So he's not worried about pace, he's just after a nice, well, he is after pace, but he's always after a car that just feels good for a full fuel tank run. And he spends a lot of time getting a car nice and stable for him, so he just feels comfortable with it, and he can push when he wants to push, and then knock out real consistent laps with it.
Yeah, definitely. It's one thing making up a setup to go very, very quick in qualifying, but it's a whole new ball game to get it going quick on the race day with full fuel. So
Here he is.
you want to get that
in.
balance where it's a lot of speed. He's coming in for a pit stop as well. He almost went over the speed limit there.
Very close.
You don't want a 10-second penalty.
So whereabouts on track is Weary now?
Coming
So
down
he's
back
got to go
straight.
another lap on him.
Yeah, we'll get that
Oh
lap.
no. Oh yes, he does.
There's a
Yes,
lap
sorry, yes,
behind.
yes.
Put him back on the lead lap, but see, Dark is already moving.
Yeah, so he's just going to get on that lead lap, but as you can see, Darky's done had to put X amount of fuel in. He wanted to have, how much fuel has Darky got? 46, so he's got about the same amount of
46.
fuel. So it's going to be very touch and go at the
Hasn't
end
had to
for all the
stay as
guys.
long as what the other guys have had though. That's really going to help him out.
Yeah.
We're 18 laps in after this one, so it's coming towards the final stages.
I think you'll find he's only got roughly about 2 litres more than Weary Knight. But again, he's already got track position as well.
And 44, yeah. That's put Weary Knight half a lap behind him. He's really gained a whole lot of time for that pit stop from having a pit beforehand. He did lose a lap behind on the safety car, but he's certainly gained it now.
Yeah, it's all up to Team Penske now to just try and see if they can fiddle with Darky's mind and Weary Knight just slowly catch him, just reduce that time if you can. Get Darky thinking. Darky might make a little mistake.
Yeah, so that's put a logical sports all that down now.
Tell you what though, Logical Sports will be happy with this third position at the moment. Because as I said, he got
absolutely.
a DNF last year by coming into the pits backwards with a spin, which was out of his control, got disqualified.
Yeah.
So this is sort of like redemption for him.
I think it's an achievement in itself just finishing this race. You know, like it's a bloody long race.
Well, it's the longest race we do all year, you know, as a single stint. Obviously we do we do the Le Mans 24 hours, but that's split up in 4 sessions. And but yeah, over 3 hours of driving in one session, it's a big ask. Our second longest race would probably be the Spa 24 hours we do. It's 2 hours 25 minutes, I think it is, simulating the 24 hours. Later in the year.
It's a long time to try and stay focused.
Oh, yeah, you're not wrong about that. And if you want to find out what we do here over in Australia and New Zealand, and if you are in Australia and New Zealand on Xbox with Project Cars 2, go and get on that internet and type in Oz, AUS, ANZCRL.weebly, WEEBLY.com, and you can have a look to see what we've got planned for the rest of the year on our webpage, or if you're on the social media on Facebook, search ANZCRL and you will find us there in groups, and you can request to join. And if you're only new to the game, picked it up free while it was on Xbox Live Gold, don't be shy, come and join us. We're plenty of guys here, offer plenty of experience and help, and get you back up to speed fairly quickly. And we do have all sorts of levels that race with us, so you will find battles no matter where you race with us.
There's always a spot there for someone. A lot of new guys that have signed up now, they're quite spread out, so...
That's right, yeah. So 19 laps remaining with Darky just putting another lap on Dado. Dado just didn't have it tonight. A few things went against him.
Oh, he's in all.
Yeah, made a few little mistakes.
How many is that now? It's put him 5 laps down. Not exactly where he wanted to be, but then again, at least, then again, as Ozzy said before, it's an achievement in itself finishing the race, at least still in a decent spot, but not ideally where he wanted to be. But kept it mostly clean the whole way through as best he can. But yeah, just not the night for him tonight.
So with 12 laps remaining, Dark Racing's just counting these last few circuits around this Indianapolis 500 circuit. I'm not too sure. I was going to say how long it is in kilometres, but I'm not too sure.
He's going to finish the race tonight, and then he's going to go and do another 200 laps, because he hasn't done enough laps tonight.
Well, the race isn't over yet. Anything can happen. Stranger things have happened before. And Weary Knight's still within striking distance if anything happens to Darky. But as we said, when Weary Knight came out, I think he was about 18 seconds behind, and Darky's been able to increase that to around about 20, just over 22 seconds now.
He's definitely had a lot of pace tonight, Darky. So. He's certainly done the hard yards and done a lot of consistent laps, got a good setup. He's gone very, very fast, faster than anyone else tonight. So he's got 10 laps left to keep it all together. So far, so good. So it's been a good race.
That's a good view, that one.
Just had Lockie post in the comments here saying if Darky pulls this off, he's got 2/3 of the Triple Crown.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I'll have to look at that because it means winning Bathurst and Le Mans. I don't think he's won Le Mans. He might have. I'll have to go back and have a look. He might have won Le Mans back in the Project Cars 1, which still relates to the Triple Crown.
We do have Le Mans coming up shortly, so he will have a chance of taking that out if he hasn't as yet.
Yes, and he's teamed up with Sado 15, who we saw was super fast here tonight and had the disconnection issue. So obviously if he can clean up that and not get the Phantom disconnect, they're probably up their race favourites in the Audi that they're going to run at the end of the month. But all attention here is on the last 10 laps at Indianapolis. We're looking at Jetto, who had his chances, but a few wrong decisions at the wrong time has cost him. And what's he in 5th position, a lap down? But he's not too far away from Cirrus. For 4th spot.
Cirrus is right on the back of Weary trying to get that lap back. which looks like he's got him now.
Oh, they've come
no,
together and
Weary.
Weary's gone.
I don't think they came together. I think Weary just got the effect of the losing the front end on him because they were so close. Yeah, the arrow, he lost the front end on him.
Yeah, there was not much there in him.
But that's going to give a logical something to chew for the next 8 laps. See if he can come around and challenge. And all the time.
Weary right in front of Darky there. It's about a couple of seconds worth in between them. So he's going to want to push to keep it on the lead lap.
That's exactly where Weary wanted to be, just a lap ahead.
Oh yes, Lockie, the dream team is the GTE class. Both myself and Lockie in the Porsche, in the Premier Motorsport
Good on you.
91 Porsche. We're chasing class victory. We were going pretty good last year, and the old run out of fuel issue caught us. And anyway, those things
Definitely
happen.
a killer.
Yeah, it's a killer, and we've learnt from our mistakes, and we're definitely heads down, and we've got some good, strong competition in the GTE class.
Coming up towards 5 laps to go, so Darky's done a couple of very, very nice consecutive laps the last few laps, so he's faultless so far.
Hey, you could do another gift to all the other guys and come in for another quick pit, but I don't think he's going to do that.
No, I don't see that happening this time. He's a lot closer on Weary Night now. I think it looks about a second or two clear.
Yeah, I think he'll really. I think that's one thing that he might be ironing out, to try and put the nail in the coffin here and win by a lap.
He doesn't want to get too close though. You don't want to tag him and then ruin his own race.
True, that's very true.
Yeah, he could even just be sticking behind him and just wait it out. But then again, I mean, you're always trying to push that a little bit more. But I mean, after 196 laps down, you don't really want to go pushing yourself too much because there's only a couple of laps left to go.
And it looks like Darky's come away with the fastest lap 2 of the race, so he's done pretty good.
Oh, and he's got caught in the dirty air there, got a bit wide.
And Darky had pole, did he? From memory? I can't remember.
Oh, and there's someone on the wall on the inside.
No,
there.
somewhere in the fence.
It's
Oh,
logical,
no.
I think it was.
Oh, it was illogical.
Be very careful of these walls around you, no matter where you are on the track, because any little tap can end your race. You spin out and everyone goes around you. It's not what you want.
Here he comes.
And here he goes down the inside.
And there we go.
Yeah, he's got everyone by a lap now, so he's...
Oh, and that's where he tagged the wall.
And it's the biggest winging margin we've had. The 1 second last year, and then in 2018 we had a winning margin of 9 seconds, but this year in 2020 we're looking at 1 full lap.
Yeah, that's a big gap to everybody else behind him.
Especially when he pitted in that safety car, and we all thought, what the hell is he doing?
Yeah.
And he still managed to pull back a lap.
All I can say is the cream comes to the top, and it shows just how much practice and time and effort Darky puts in. It shows that it does help quite a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
Not to say anyone else didn't try and put in the effort like Darky, but you know, Darky's helped a lot of people along the way as well, because he just spent so much time tuning these cars and doing runs and get himself primed up for the event. Quite a few guys picked Darky early in the race as well to win, so congratulations to those guys. Some 3 hours ago. You got your tips right by the looks of it. And we might just want to catch Darky going over the finish line. As he's the
He's
man,
on the final
man of the
lap now.
moment. And all eyes are on Darky. And finally he gets to have a nice drink of that nice cold milk. Winners milk
Absolutely.
that they get at Indianapolis 500. Wonder if we're going to get the shot like Shad showed us last year after he won with him drinking his milk online. So we'll wait to see what Darky's got on offer.
Here he comes across the line.
2020
Well
winner
done.
of
Very
the
good
Indianapolis
job.
500, the ANZCRL's third running of the great race. Congratulations to them and Team 98 of the Andretti Herder Autosport Honda. And then Team Penske, always within a fight, was Weary Knight. And he's taken second. We'll see him DR Cirrus having a big
Just
Cirrus just in front.
just taken third. Well, there you
Very
go.
close, that one.
So that would have excited
good
both
race.
those two guys. So CMDR Cirrus in the other Honda,
Yeah, it's everyone done.
taking third spot. And looks like they've completed that race in about 2 hours. What is it? 2.5 hours. So it's one of the fastest races we've had in the history. And there you go, 200 laps of the Indy 500. And what we might do,
Very good job.
I might just have to just quickly get a screenshot of that. And what we can do, we can probably return back to lobby and get the race winner into the lobby and have a quick chat before we end tonight. And and see what he's got to say. Especially, I know what question we're going to ask him. Why did he pit? And see what he actually has. And how quick Mick has actually mentioned with the customary cheese balls with the milk. So if people that don't know, Darky just loves to have a big packet of chips while he eats, and he always has guess what I eat while he races. He asks everyone to try and make that guess. So
Yeah, absolutely. Here he is, the man of the moment.
Here he is.
yeah,
Hey! Congratulations, mate. Well done.
Thanks. Oh man,
what,
my
what
left
a,
arm's killing me now.
what a super effort, Darky. That's they beat the time from last year by about looking about 12 seconds. 12 minutes.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so you did it in, what was it, 2 hours 30,
34, I think it was.
34. So yeah, you beat it by 14 minutes from last year, which was our fastest we had last year. So what a great victory, mate. You've got that jug of milk to celebrate with tonight, I hope. And you can
Yes, I do.
Shadz.
And
Shadz showed a...
as Lockie said in the chat, the milk shoey, we're expecting it.
Yeah, we've got to have the milk shoey.
That's if Gear won. He was going to do the milk shoey.
And,
So
we had about 12 lead changes, Darky. So and the thing that got us all talking was that the second last pit stop you had. Was that a gentleman pit stop,
Yeah.
or was that something that you did to as a strategy?
no, that was just pure strategy. I thought, I could keep these guys a lap behind me, or I could pit. They might get their lap back, but then my last pit stop is going to be short and like really quick. So I thought, I'm going to pit now. Because you look
Get
how
it
much
over and
Weary
done
Knight
with.
was getting dropped. Yeah, look how much Weary Knight was dropping up when he made had to do his pit stop, and he had to fill up and fuel, and just could see the gap increasing. So
Yeah, he came out about half a lap ahead, so he definitely helped out there.
You had us all sitting here scratching our heads going, what the hell's he doing?
Yeah, it's, you had the strategy.
unfortunately,
You had this strategy on everyone at the time because you only had to do one less pit stop than everyone else with the way your fuel burn was going. Even if it was green the rest of the race, but that late safety car, which then you pitted, we were wondering what was going on. You had it. You're already one pit stop in front of everyone. But great victory.
Very well
We've got
done.
Shadz in the commentary just saying, "Too good, Darky. Congratulations, mate. Welcome to the winners board of the Indianapolis 500. I know it means much to you. 'Cause, you've tried so many times.
Oh yes.
Very good race, mate. Almost pretty much faultless, except for one little incident, but out of your hands. So, very well done.
Yeah. Jetto's funny. I saw Jetto say Nathan and come around and he just looped in from like, oh shit! And just like, no, Jetto, don't do that, and then plowed into Mike. I'm like, drive away, mate. I can't reset. Go.
Yeah.
And waiting for Weary Knight to scoot past me. I'm like, okay, go. Okay, he's not passing. Yeah, okay, cool. All right, go. I'm fine.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
quite a few people
Very,
made a
very
mistake
lucky.
of not staying out when you pitted after that too, because they all followed you in, but they forgot that they were
Yeah.
actually a lap behind you at the time, and we were in the commentary saying
No,
they all got a pit, and we didn't know.
A few of them knew they were a lap behind. They knew if I pitted, they could have got their. They knew they got their lap back. Or Jetto, like, Sirius Space said, Jetto, pull out, don't come and get lane. And they knew most of them got their lap back. So
So the question still remains now, Darky. Have you got you've got 2/3 of the Triple Crown? Is that correct? Have you had the Le Mans now in the Indy 500? And
well,
bogey
technically,
truck
I've had
Bathurst is
two
there.
two Class 2 Le Mans wins. So I'm near the Class 1 win to.
Oh, you're after the Class 1. You're first to the post. So
Yeah,
so-
I want that one. So.
Okay, so
Well, we're not going to make it easy for you in a few weeks, that's for sure.
no, so there's plenty of interest there for the Le Mans 24 Hours. Our next special event, number 5, coming up on the what are we looking at? The 27th and 28th of June.
Yes,
so,
that is correct, Woody.
If you're interested in that, please go to our website. It's in the comments in the chat of this stream. We're looking at ozaus.nzcrl .weebly.com. So it's WEEBLY.com, or find us on Facebook in the groups ANZCRL. Come in and join and find out what the event, how it operates. We've got 4 sessions in that one, and you team up with another teammate, and it's a very enjoyable race, and there's a lot of joys and a lot of heartbreaks in that race as well. But congratulations, Darby.
Yes.
Really,
Thank you, Woody. So
Very
top
well.
effort.
I'd like to say a big thank you to everyone from ANZ Combined Racing League for showing up for the race. So it was a good group of guys. It was sad to see Sado and Gear disconnect. We'd like to see how they went in the race, but unfortunately that's the way this game goes sometimes. But yeah, great race, lovely time. So kind of looking forward to next year to doing it again.
Very good. And
Did the
try
200
and,
laps
go
another time.
back to back. But I'd like to thank Ozzy and Gecko for helping out here in the commentary. I hope the viewers enjoyed some of the chat and
Woody.
the action. And I guess Sunday
Thanks
night,
for having
tomorrow
us.
night, we are back again at
look forward to it.
Algarve in the Formula Renaults. So stay tuned.
Back behind the wheel.
Definitely. So have a good night. Enjoy the long weekend, everyone. And we leave with Dark Racing sculling that jug of milk. Well done, mate.
We're just waiting for that shoeing out.
Yeah, hopefully
so.
out of a shoe, yeah.
Glug, 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 glug.